This episode of Noonish Sports and Tech is brought to you by High Energy Models and Events, Tech for Troops, T4T, baby, Verve Performance Labs, BetUS, where the game begins. Scan the QR code below to bet on your favorite sports games 24/7, 365. The original shot sock, not without my shot socks. What'd you say? Y'all got drinks? I'm in. Yeah, I'm in.
Got drinks.
Played Thursday.
Hello.
I got drinks.
Hello. Hey,
Monday.
hey, we're live. We're back in action, baby.
Trying to
It's
work
busy.
on my driver. It sucks right now.
Oh, still talking golfing.
Yeah? It's all good. Hey, we're going to talk about your golf game here in just a second,
Nah,
The people already know your golf game is whack.
Yeah, exactly.
Unlike my basketball game.
Unlike your basketball.
Unlike me on the court,
With your two-handed jumper.
Hey, up there,
Oh.
grandma.
That's right.
Hey, you guys have a good show.
I will do. Appreciate it, Josh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But hey, y'all know, man, I am your host, J.A., a.k.a. Jonathan Anderson, and welcome to another awesome, exciting show of Noonish Sports and Technology, man. We got a special guest. We're going to get to her here in just a second. But first, let me go ahead and introduce. Let me make sure my microphone's on.
That's good.
Oh,
That would probably help.
I'm pretty sure it is, but
you never know.
You never know.
Especially
it is now.
Oh, no.
Hey, welcome to Noonish. Welcome to Noonish.
That explains why we were not getting any feedback on this.
Welcome to Noonish, man. I'm your host, J.A. Run that back, a.k.a. Jonathan Anderson, man. Still doing this, man. Leave my
Nothing like a
microphone
mic
up. Everybody got the mics on this week?
Wow, we're in.
Let's
We're
hope.
green light. Green light.
Cool.
All green across the board.
Cool. And if you didn't hear me before on Jonas's mic or Christiana's mic, we have a special guest in the building today, and we will get to her in just a moment. First, I would like to introduce our awesome co-hosts, starting with Grande Toro, Jonas Bull in the house. Hey, if you don't do it, I'm going to do it, bro.
I don't even remember how that started.
It started, and hey,
You did it day one, I
you
think.
Probably.
can't stop once you start, bro.
We probably started drinking early that day.
Can't stop once you start, bro.
For
It
sure.
stings, dog. So,
Yep.
MC, y'all know who it is.
Yeah.
Half man, half amazing, all hands.
All the
Mr. 1-2 Bayou.
Always on time.
The man should have a
Oh, yeah.
bust somewhere in America sitting on somebody's mantle.
Sky.
You know what I'm saying?
bobblehead up
It is.
The
The number nine, Mr. Mark Clayton in the building.
What's up, baby?
It's going
What's
down.
good,
It's good to see you, bro.
You too, man.
Repping the
Been a
Ravens
long
and the
weekend.
OU,
Yeah.
Has that been a long weekend?
Yeah, long good one.
Oh, that's great.
Absolutely.
The longer the weekend, the better. Right? Right? Summer's coming up, kids. Y'all be safe out there. And
Speaking.
last but not least, we have a special guest in the house today. Not your venue, not his venue, but from nVenue.
Wow.
Like,
You know what I'm saying? From
The
nVenue.
king of 10 something up now.
This is Miss
world's
Christiana
greatest.
Yebra. How you doing?
You pronounced my name correctly?
That's
and
what I'm talking about.
That's how I like to start a show.
Claps.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, and that's the Cheers PED, Performance
Oh,
Enhancing
sure.
Drinks
There you go.
Toast.
And that's
Yeah.
coming
Please
up.
and thank
Yeah.
you. That's how we get started.
Performance enhancing seltzer.
Seltzer.
Mom.
2 for 2 with the
Ruby
Adi
Ruby.
Vangantard and now
Adi.
Christiana Yebra.
Yeah.
Let's get it. So yeah, how you doing? Thank you for joining the show today.
I'm so excited. I'm
Yeah?
really pumped. Thanks for having me.
Good, man. Pumped for good reasons, man. So I want to hear more about nVenue, man, because I like to put my bets out on the table, sometimes, but I hear y'all got a pretty awesome platform, and I don't
We do.
got to get too deep into it and all, but tell the people a little bit about it and what it's all about and where they can go and find this awesome analytics platform.
nVenue is a Texas-based company, which I'm really proud to say. Founded by an amazing team with a ton of experience in technology, building supercomputers that would simulate weather patterns and the nuclear stockpile. And so using machine learning and AI to do really incredible, important things.
Yeah.
But what could be more fun and more important than sports?
Nothing.
So no,
I got an answer. Nothing.
on this show, nothing. But yeah, the founding team had a big passion for sports and said, hey, wait, why not think of how we can predict the next play? If we can predict the next set of weather patterns, why not look at sports and what we can predict? So big baseball fans.
Yep.
So the team created, and I'm so honored to be part of the team, but I'm not on the founding team, created a predictive analytics API that takes historical data from seasons past, layers it with live data points from the field or from the court or from the racetrack, whatever it may be, and then put some really sports smart machine learning and AI to predict the next play within 33 milliseconds.
That's incredible.
Nice.
So are we talking about the next, this guy's probably going to hit a single, or are we saying the next pitch is going to be a slider,
Literally
curveball?
down to the next pitch. So, in traditional,
Right. So 33 milliseconds. That's probably what, like what?
About
It's
as fast as
like
a
5
fast.
blinks.
it's like
that's
half a blink.
about as fast as a fastball.
It's fast. It's really fast.
That's
So
insane.
you need machine learning. I mean, to predict and put markets together or odds for probabilities, which wasn't the core of what the start was. But when people hear predictive analytics, we're like, oh, so you're in sports betting.
Right.
But we weren't. We
Clearly.
weren't to start. We
No.
really weren't. It was really more of a fun fan engagement tool. Let's predict the next play and. But
Weather, like meteorologists, could y'all help
beat
these
the
people?
machine.
could we give them a better
These
predictions?
meteorologists,
They do need some
man.
help lately. I didn't know it was going to be cold
Jeez,
today.
bruh.
I'm
Yeah.
glad I brought my
Rain.
jacket.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's an API feed that can power sports betting, or what we're calling micro betting opportunities, because we're that fast. So if you want to go bet on the next Mavs game, by all means. If you want to bet who's going to lead at the half, cool. But what if I can bet on the next free throw, or the
That's
next
dope.
possession, or the
Yeah.
next pitch of a baseball game? So
Yeah.
you need machine learning and AI to be that fast
Yeah.
to be able to provide those micro betting opportunities.
Got
So we're doing some really dope things, both on the micro betting side, but on the media side. We just powered Apple TV's predictive analytics that they're
That's
doing Friday
awesome.
Night Baseball.
That is dope.
So I wanted to add that one to my resume real fast. Work
Yeah,
with
sure.
Apple.
Automatic.
Group chat with Tim.
Wherever you go next.
Tim.
Yeah. No, that is
Hired.
Yeah, no.
that's dope. So and if you can put your thing behind your ear, like
Am
at
I
the
hanging?
bottom, it's just hanging out a little bit. Just trying. No,
Help
not
me,
the wire,
help me,
but
help me
just
here.
right there.
Thanks.
All right, cool. Is that
Thank you.
We
uncomfortable?
want to show off
No, I
that.
feel good.
Show off that big diamond.
Yeah, that ice, it's bling, bling, bling,
Woo!
bling.
It's Claire's, 99 cents probably. I'm not sure. I have no
But
idea.
you wear it well.
Yeah,
But you
yeah.
wear it well.
So what all sports? Because that's kind of in my territory again.
Yeah.
So on the machine learning, which all sports are covered with that?
Focused right now on the big four. Ready to
football.
plug in as baseball and NFL. Actually, we just finished that up. But
Nice.
the tech is modular, and we've got the sports smarts. We call it kind of the sports IQ on the team to add sports quickly. So we're going to be pretty aggressive with a product roadmap. For the next, add probably 5 to 6 sports by the end of the year.
Pretty cool.
So baseball is our kind of core. It makes the most sense for that cadence of pitch by pitch. You got enough time to allow someone to predict or bet on a moment.
Decades and decades of stats.
So much data.
Stats.
It's mind blowing to see the data that we can pull. But basketball and hockey are the next two. And
Nice.
as the resident F1 fan, I've been
Right.
really, really pushing for
Also, tons
for
of
racing.
tons of stats. If Sky will let you have access
That's
to them.
very true. But we work with companies like Sport Radar and Genius Sports that are the data providers for those. So if we can get the data feed and we can get live inputs from the field or the court or wherever, we can predict. So we're really excited about it.
'Cause we had Phoenix on earlier, and they're they're the betting side, right? So I wonder how you two could, if they're using
So
a
they're-
collaboration opportunity there.
Funny enough with Phoenix, we've got one of our lead investors is heavily involved in Phoenix, and they're the zero latency streaming.
Yep.
So for betting opportunities like on a free throw, you'd have to have
have to
zero
have zero
low to low
latency.
latency
Yeah.
because delays could cause cheating issues or Phoenix did a multi-screen type of feed the other day,
Yep.
and Like I found out ESPN gave me an alert while I'm watching the F1 race a few Sundays ago. I got an ESPN and a Twitter alert on who won the race before my feed could catch up. I was like 45 seconds behind on the ESPN feed.
Crazy.
Oh, wow.
And it was the Miami.
Like, come on, man.
Right, it was the
Spoiler
Miami.
alert at least.
It was the Miami. I'm falling apart over here.
I see.
Is it my big head?
No, you got. So I'm part of a little ear gang
It's my
too.
tiny ears. Oh, I thought it was
in a
because I
little-
had like. Oh no, that feels better.
I'm in a little ear gang too.
Okay,
So
that feels better.
Yeah,
But yeah, I got a
not
notification
proportionate.
on my
like a turtle.
phone to, not that I had any shock of who was going to win, but the Miami race, it wasn't like we were in Singapore. It
Yeah.
was down the street in Miami, you
Yep.
know, down the street. And so for that big of a delay, but Phoenix showed a pretty cool zero latency feed.
That's
and
wild.
So, yeah, there's some really natural, I hate this word, I don't even want to say it, but those synergies.
Yeah.
Whew,
That's
the
a
corporate
great
lingo.
word.
I just, oh,
How you not like? Is it stale? Is it used?
it's
Overused?
like can we circle back? It's like on that corporate
Right.
bingo card
Yeah.
that I
Oh,
just want to
yeah.
die
Or
and every
to your
once-
point, that's
you
the one I
yeah.
hate
Can we
that
table
one.
that? Can
Yeah.
we just table that?
Yeah.
Gosh, it just kills me. But yeah, there's some
Buzzword
really
bingo.
there's a lot of
Yeah.
natural opportunities for us to do something with Phoenix. So
That's
I think
very cool.
especially on the betting side, but they're brilliant. They're doing some really cool things, and yeah, I think for football would be really cool to
Yeah.
partner with them, and
Yep.
yeah, a lot of
No,
cool
that's
things
dope.
to do. Yeah.
That's dope. So, I mean, how'd you get involved in all this in the first place? Have you always just loved sports? Was that like a passion of yours, like from
I
the
have
beginning?
the
Or
world's weirdest resume, so please don't look up my LinkedIn page.
Hey, it's all
You're going to be
good.
very confused.
It's all good.
But my background's always, my passion has always been for startups.
Nice.
And I first started my whole startup career in a healthcare tech company, and we launched that company in March of 2015 and sold it by December of 2015.
Oh,
So in
wow.
startup
Damn.
world, like that's like
That's insane.
quick.
unreal.
Yeah. It
So
is.
that was my like shot out of a cannonball, landed face first into startups.
That was your
and,
first hit. That was your first hit, and you trying
yeah.
to reach that high again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Grand Slam.
Yeah.
So learned a
That
lot.
don't
I mean,
happen.
it was a success, but you know, I at the time, but I look back now and I'm like, man, it was on-demand urgent care. Like
Yeah.
if we were
Oh,
doing
wow.
that 2 years ago with COVID, like we could
Oh
have sold
my
that company
gosh.
for $100 million
Yeah,
or
but,
more.
Oh, for sure.
That's
So,
why somebody bought them so quickly. That was like, yeah, this
Yeah.
makes
I
sense.
see it.
Yeah, so just had a love for startups. I led a dating app for a couple of years, and that really taught me about like the challenges of staying connected and using technology to make connections and foster relationships.
Yep.
But I looked at COVID, and I was like, okay, what things are relevant and engaging and exciting during this time, no matter whether we're live in a venue or watching from home, and sports were right there in my face. And I got to spend more time watching sports and digging into behind the scenes elements of it. And one of my investors in Vouch, which was the dating app, offered me an opportunity to join the nVenue team as part of the Comcast NBC Sports Tech Accelerator.
Nice.
That's about to have a demo day coming up. I think it's tomorrow, actually. And yeah, I mean, like my first week, I was talking to like the VP of innovation for NASCAR and the
Throw you in the fire. Just throw you right in
Philadelphia
the fire.
Flyers. Like my concern was like, shit, I don't know anybody in. Are we allowed to cuss on the show? I'm not.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Drop them.
Encouraged, actually.
Sorry, I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know, noonish. Is it too early?
Hey, we're sipping
No,
Bevs.
I mean,
That's true.
yeah,
Good
we
point.
start
Good
off-
point. It was my seltzer. I wasn't sure. But yeah, so like my fear was, this sounds amazing. I love sports, and that was like my last thing on my bucket list of industries to work in. So I'm gonna have to re-up my bucket, I guess. My
Hey,
bucket
or
list.
or just max it out. You know,
just max it
you
out.
can
I
have a
don't
lot
know.
of fun working in sports. You know,
Yeah.
people that work in sports typically say it's not work because
Yeah.
you're always at games and doing things you want to,
Yeah.
that you
Yeah.
like to do around people that you like to
Yeah.
party
Yeah.
with, right? So,
Yeah.
no, that's awesome. So, where can people go and find nVenue or learn about nVenue?
Yeah, so we're built right now for B2B.
Okay.
So our API, a company like an operator like BetMGM or
Yep.
a FanDuel could
Yeah.
could take our feed,
Leverage.
Bet US over here,
or BetUS.
where the game begins.
And so we're more geared towards the businesses. But if you really wanted to see our data like in action, Friday Night Baseball right now with Apple TV,
Yeah.
we are powering this. They call it a persistent graphic. It stays on the bottom right-hand corner. So with each pitch, you can see an RBI probability or a hit probability or home run probability, or we've been doing a grounded to a double play probability, which
Yeah.
fans are like, "What the hell? We've never
Yep.
seen.
Yep.
We don't want to
But
know
this
this.
is
extreme.
We want to be surprised about this."
But
Like
this
some
is the
fans
stuff-
are like, "Whoa."
So as a baseball player, like this is the stuff I'm thinking about when I'm watching a game,
Mm-hmm.
right? If I got no outs, one outs, run on first and third, whatever the situation might
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm looking at the pitcher. If his guy's been throwing a lot of pitches up, probably not gonna throw the double play ball. But if
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
his guy's got a lot of sinking stuff, like
Yeah.
you got a big guy at the
Grounded,
plate,
yeah.
slower guy at the plate,
Likely.
the chances of a double play are much higher than if I have, me at the plate.
Yeah.
Okay?
What's been really interesting to see is like you've got real world sports experience,
Yeah.
and then you got a bunch of sports fans who think that they know everything about sports. So sometimes you'll see a surprising probability, which is different than an average. Like sometimes people are like, well, just show us on base average or just show us your batting
Yeah.
average. Totally different. We're taking historical
Data,
some of those
yep.
averages,
Right. Yep.
but we're taking 120 inputs from the field, from the players, from from every element. I mean, even like, is the
Wow.
roof open? Is the roof closed? Is it raining? Is it turf? Is it real grass?
The
like,
ultimate scouting report.
Right.
it's truly.
Like,
Stadium full or
geez.
not.
Yeah.
Dang, like, that shit matters.
Golly.
So there's so much that goes into it, and
That's
you
the
know, some
difference.
people
That's the
are.
difference between somebody who actually knows statistics,
Yeah.
and everybody else.
Yeah.
So just show me the average.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
no,
that's
exactly.
like-
Yeah.
And fans don't
I mean,
like
what
it
time of
when
year
they
was it?
when
That's
they
standard.
see
I was like,
a
that's a little more
probability.
complicated than that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Indeed.
when they see
Daytime,
probability, they don't
nighttime.
know.
I'm
Yep.
sorry.
No,
yeah,
it's
keep
okay.
going.
Yeah, it's so many different variables,
120,
right?
You said 120?
120 inputs,
Crazy.
but
120.
Insane.
yeah.
Insane. Well, yeah. Well,
That's cool though.
Welcome, and thank you for
Thanks.
telling the people in the world about nVenue. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna be looking more. I'm gonna just go to Apple on a Friday night if I'm chilling and watch and see if I can predict what
I'm
they're
trying to
predicting.
There you go.
See what that's like.
There
I
you
might
go.
chart it,
Yeah, let me-
chart it out. You
Yeah.
know, see
So-
who was right, who was
Did
wrong.
a
See if I
bet
can
with
beat them.
us platform where like,
Yeah.
we predict this. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go with y'all.
Exactly.
I'm
So
good with
that's
y'all.
the goal. Like we would love to
Boom.
have a platform where people could, pay for our probabilities maybe
Mm-hmm.
or like have access to them. But I think the way that will be really cool is when we power, some larger betting
for sure.
opportunities
Yeah.
and provide those live updated. I mean, seriously, if to monetize a pitch by pitch or even the pitch type to bet on what type of pitch the pitcher's going to
Yep.
throw.
Oh, yeah.
Depends not just on the pitcher, right? Like the
Nope.
batter
Yep.
plays a factor, right?
Absolutely.
They have a very, keen, outlook on what each pitcher each batter and person at the plate,
Right.
how they
And what
react.
they need
So
to throw.
Yep. Runners
We have
on
to take
base,
quite a bit.
outs.
Yeah.
Like it's so much stuff. Like
Yeah.
But the house is gonna win. The house is gonna keep that though. Like
all day.
I mean,
All day.
Yeah.
So yeah, this
The
is
house
crazy.
gonna be
I want to
$5.
check it out just for my own sake because I think I can beat it. But
if you want to beat the machine,
Beat
you
the
can.
machine.
You
yeah, I
can
want
do
to beat
it.
the machine. You know.
Hey.
I think a fun show. This is your next podcast idea
Yeah.
or show idea. Is I want to show. It's funny because sometimes we're super wrong. Like one time we put a 1% chance the guy was going to hit a home run, and sure enough, if that dude didn't hit a
Yep.
huge ass home
A
run,
massive bomb.
and people lost their minds. They were like, "Oh, this company said it was only going to be 1%, and I can't believe that." But that's the beauty of sports. You
Absolutely.
almost
This the human
that you
element.
bank on the idea
Yeah.
that
If it was
that
100% predictable,
That day.
no
he
fun.
got-
We don't.
Yeah,
We don't watch
yeah.
live sports for that
You
reason.
would have said a 0% chance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
His daughter said,
I believe in you, Daddy.
hit him right tonight.
Yeah.
That's not 120.
Yep.
Right.
I got you,
You don't
baby.
know? Like, yes,
I got you, baby.
So a 1% chance, even a 3% chance, if you see that compared to like the league average, like that's pretty high. Getting up to like a 19%, that's
Yeah.
insane. You don't see that. So a 1% chance. We didn't say it was 0,
Yeah.
and that's why people tune into live sports. So if you want to bet against our probabilities, you could make some money, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't want to
so-
bet it. I might bet with them sometimes, but at the same
Beat
time.
the machine.
yeah,
I
beat the
don't know.
machine.
I don't
That's
know.
what-
Yeah,
that's
I don't know.
beat the
Was
machine.
that
That'd be a dope
88-1?
little.
That's beat the machine.
Yeah.
was that
That's a
88
nice
to
app.
1 horse? It was, what
The
was
new
it,
app.
Rich Strike.
80. Yeah. Yeah.
That
The what?
Won the
Rich-
Kentucky Derby?
Yeah,
Yeah,
nobody
81.
saw that coming, but
No,
like
some people bet on it.
how much more fun is it when
He won.
the underdog
Yeah.
Yeah.
comes
Oh,
from behind
1000%.
and just blows it away?
They didn't know Rich Strike had just, got talked down to by his mama, so he was mad before he went out on the track.
Man.
You know?
Just got broken up with. Was on his
Yeah, he
revenge,
was on one.
revenge
Revenge
lap.
trip.
Like I'm
You
not gonna.
know, he wanted to get the last word, so he had to finish that race a little quicker so he can get back to the stable. You
You know
know,
what I'm saying?
go finish that argument.
Yeah,
Shit
But
we
yeah,
don't
so
know.
whatever works.
Shit
we're
we don't know.
gonna pivot over here to. You been watching the NBA playoffs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you a Mavericks fan, or are you from Dallas originally, or this area?
I'm gonna pretend like I'm from Dallas, but I've lived all over the world. My dad was in the army for many years, so I've lived all
Nice.
over the place. But I've lived in Texas the longest.
Nice.
So I went to college here, high school
Texan?
here. So love the Mavs, love our Dallas teams.
Excellent. So you're a Luka fan.
Okay.
Huh?
Luka gives me the ick.
What? Really?
Like I love a good. I don't know what it is. His attitude lately.
Oh.
Like I love a good. Great.
You
I
know-
think he's been doing beautifully, but he's
I hate
got
when he
such a
whines.
weird attitude. Like I don't. It's kind of gives me Steph Curry vibes.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Luka gives you Steph Curry vibes?
Luka,
Yes.
he's a- I mean,
I'll
he's-
explain in a bit. I'll
Yeah,
explain
you
in
have
a
to
bit.
explain
He's a
that
very
one.
confident young man, as he should be. He's 23 and he's taking
1000%.
over the league.
Yeah, I forget that he's a young pup.
23. Yeah.
Yeah, but and as he matures, I think he'll relax a little bit. But hey, he's been playing pro ball since he was 14. The guy's got 9 years of experience already. I guess 10 years, 10 seasons. That's crazy. So this is what I'm gonna say. Was anybody else's feelings hurt when he got dunked on the other day by Andrew Wiggins?
Not at all, but I was like, well, damn.
Damn! No, I was like, damn! I was like, bro. Yes. So Kendrick Perkins compared it to when he got dunked on by Blake Griffin, and I was like, nah, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
I'd like to see what the machine had to say about that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, couldn't have predicted that one. Woo.
Bro, that was not good. Like the fact that he got
flew.
bodied, he flopped like he got hit in the face,
Yeah, he did.
and then he, when you
He
land
made
on
it
your
look-
shoulder,
He made it
bro,
look
like-
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not good, and I was like, oh, there goes the whole series, dog. Like,
That was it.
you can't come back from that, I feel like the Warriors let the Mavericks win yesterday solely because Luka got dunked on so hard in the game
We
before.
gotta give him this
There
one.
was,
Yeah.
there was a sympathy. Yeah.
It's like, all right, let's give him one. That was pretty rough, Drew. That was pretty rough, Drew. You didn't have to do the man like that.
Steph was chill. They were chilling.
Yeah, man, they were chilling, but man, that was dirty.
No, it
That was
nasty.
dirty, and it sucks to see Luka have to
That
go
was
through it
nasty.
because we love Luka. We love Luka. So everybody knows we're down 3-1, right? Luka's like, right. So do y'all think the Mavericks have a chance of coming back? I wonder what the probability, the odds are, from an
Decent
nVenue
score.
standpoint
0-0-1.
of their chances of coming back, right?
It's like 0.01.
Yeah. No, that when we're ready for basketball, we'll start predicting what the next, like the playoff wins. Like
Yeah.
I think that would be really cool.
Yep.
But I don't know. Last night's game, I felt like I called it the Watergate game. Did you all see the big
Oh
drip?
my gosh,
The
yeah.
big drip. I was like, I
Yeah.
better stay warm. Cuban was panicked. Did you see him?
Oh,
Yeah.
My dude was
Oh,
like,
Cuban
oh, I
was
gotta.
pissed.
Like, I didn't-
Whew, I paid way too much.
That's his
I paid
representation.
way too much for this.
Yeah, he was like, hold on, Mark Cuban got a lead? Lil Wayne gonna write a lead? You know?
No.
So, bro, like, no, I was thinking whoever did his roof just got fired, bro. Like, he is
man.
coming
Oh,
down
what
on
the-
them hard.
I saw a video
I told my brother,
of.
like, hey,
I saw a
hit 'em
video
up.
today
Pretty good.
that they were showing like there was. I don't know if someone was from like a high rise, but they could see the top of American Airlines, and there were dudes with tape. I was like,
there
oh,
we go.
Cubans
Absolutely.
fires, and they were like
Right.
Yeah.
trying to tape it up and.
Hey,
My boy Chris up.
Cuban said, hey,
Coriel Roofing.
Like a roofing company.
Cuban say, send a chopper. We need this thing taped up right now. Send a chopper. So, no, that was crazy, but
Guys out there with duct tape.
I mean,
They
the-
really legitimately
Fix it
were
or
out
die.
there.
The only reason I think that a slim chance, a slight chance, is
0.01.
because
Slim chance. Not zero.
0.01.
Not
who's the
zero.
only team to allow a team to come back from 3-1
Never
in the
happened.
finals?
Oh,
I don't think-
3-1?
3-1 in the finals.
Well, 3-0 is the
yeah,
number.
3-0 is different.
That's
I
never
know.
happened.
It never happened. Yes, but now it's 3-1. I'm
There's
saying
3 teams that made it to a game 7 down 3-0.
Yeah.
They lost.
Yep.
Obviously.
I can't think of.
But I don't know those 3 teams. But it did happen. There was 3 teams that was down 3-0, and they made it to game 7,
and they lost.
and they lost.
But
No
now,
one to
but
win. So no one to win.
No, nobody has won.
Because I can't think of anybody.
but a 3-1
Nobody has
though.
come back.
Let's go to 3-1. There's only been one that I can think of that's come back from a 3-1 deficit.
But it depends when you got that one. That matters.
You know who it was?
It was Golden State.
Golden State lost it.
Nah, well, they beat
To the
Oklahoma-
Cavaliers.
Oh, that's right, with LeBron.
LeBron came back.
What was the series with OKC?
They were down 3-1 when they came back from OKC.
I know.
When
So we're talking about 3-1, right?
yeah, but
That was like
that was
Golden
the conference
Cleveland.
finals,
Right,
right?
right,
What you're talking about? Golden State and Oklahoma City
right.
before
Down
Kevin
3-1.
Durant quit on his team and then went to Golden State
Sure.
right after, right?
Indeed.
And then Golden State got beat by
Yeah.
a
Cleveland.
3-1 by Cleveland in the
3-1.
finals.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So that's the only reason I say it's a little slim chance, man. Golden State was in both of those instances, right? But, they got beat. Cleveland
Yeah.
came back. I feel like we got a better roster than Cleveland, but completely different years,
Yeah.
whatever. But
That weight is heavy.
There's
though.
our
yeah, that's,
They were
that's
been down 3-0. That's a whole nother ballgame.
another thing that's really hurting Golden State is Otto Porter. in the paint. I think we had like
it was
32
very
points in the
active.
paint yesterday, 36 points in the paint, something like that yesterday.
Yeah.
That
We hit
was
Down
we'll-
there 50% from 3.
yeah. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. What is not predictable? Only thing that's predictable in this other series between the Heat and the Celtics. Have you been watching that one at all? Oh my gosh! Like
I needed to take a break from sports from the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Like I've kind of slowed down. I can only handle. Like there was so much happening all at one time. Hockey, basketball,
Yep, baseball, yep.
F1, like everything was happening. So
Yep.
I've been watching Mavs Warriors.
Yep.
Well, let me
Football
tell
all
you.
season.
Give us a recap.
the Miami Heat and the Celtics will give you nervous breakdown.
Yes.
I can't handle all
It's
that.
been back and forth blowouts, like
that's it.
unpredictable. Yeah, like no
And they're
close
tied.
games.
They're tied now.
Yeah, it's 2-2, all blowouts. Right, just crazy. I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, I don't know. I don't
Who
even
you
know if I'm gonna
taking?
watch anymore.
Who you taking though?
Man, it's
Did you
tough to
take-
say. Like they're so inconsistent, but I'd have to take Boston if I'm gonna take somebody.
I'm still
Right.
hanging with Boston.
I'm hanging with Boston too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take Boston if,
Okay.
between those two.
So
It's
that's
just-
no fun. We have no
I know
controversy
everybody-
there.
like,
Should I
Yeah,
mix
bro.
it up and say I'm
Yes.
going for the Heat? Okay.
Yeah, it's
'Cause you
tough.
like Miami because Miami's tight.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Go for that.
Yeah.
And they got a pretty good F1 race out there, don't they?
They've
They
just had their first
they
one.
just had a
Mixed
F1.
reviews.
Yeah,
Mixed reviews
It was
on that one.
mixed reviews. By who?
I mean, I think 100% for the fake yachts. Like that was,
Fake yachts.
yeah.
They had like billboard
water?
yachts.
Oh,
The fake
yeah.
yachts.
Oh, you didn't see the fake water?
Yeah, that was pretty
Oh
cool.
man.
I didn't see any of
The
that.
setup was dope. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie.
They really
I gotta
was.
check it out.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
setup was very nice.
I gotta check it out.
It was
But
clean.
If you're gonna do cheesy fake yachts, like that's the way to do it.
Yeah,
That's
if
how
you're gonna
you do
cheese
cheesy fake
it
yacht.
up, the fake yacht's not a bad way to go.
Yeah.
It was like a fake
So-
marina. It was
Well,
fake
that's what
water.
you were talking about the Las Vegas. Like I can see a lot of cheese.
sounds like a parade
Oh,
float.
man.
God.
So was it like a parade float? The fake
Yes,
yachts?
A really good one.
a really good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Believable. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
You could buy
it was
tickets to
borderline
be
believable.
on the fake yacht in
I
the
gotta
fake
YouTube
water.
this.
in the
fake
fake
water?
You're gonna have to
Yeah.
look it
Oh,
up, yeah.
oh,
Oh yeah, they said
it was
was
hard.
Nobody
Like
tried
the
to dive in.
Fake water?
So it wasn't.
Yep.
What
Yep.
was it?
paint.
Paint. Yeah, basically.
Like
There was.
So there
paint.
was
It
water
like a
in
hard-
it.
Nope.
No, just believed it.
Nope.
So it was
It was-
painted.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
Alright, that's
whole
wild.
situation, Like,
Man, I gotta see
Fake
this.
yacht on the
they-
fake water.
like they had the
built
opportunity.
a clean ass marina.
I gotta see this.
They had the
Dope
opportunity to
marina.
go across like a bridge or something like that and actually have the real
Yeah,
Miami, but no.
chose not to. Chose to do a fake or fraudulent.
Yeah, it was gonna cost.
Save some,
was
save
gonna-
some
yeah, it
money
was
on
gonna
water.
cost-
It was gonna cost a little extra.
Yeah, that's
A couple extra dollars.
yeah, that's pretty wild. I gotta check
Like,
that
you
out.
know what?
It
But
was interesting.
before we get to the F1 racing, there's another extremely important race that took place this past weekend, and that was the Preakness.
Yeah.
This is the
Right?
second of the
Second of the Triple Crown,
Triple
and
Crown.
there is no Triple Crown winner again, of course.
Nope.
We already talked about the 80-1 odds that the last horse
Rich.
won in the
Yeah, Rich.
yeah,
Rich.
Rich Strike.
Rich
he got
Strike
in the
decided
Derby.
he's going out to pasture now.
And this
He
time,
done.
Retired.
It was it.
early
That was
voting.
it.
Early voting won again.
Yeah.
Early voting won the Preakness this time. Right? So,
I'm thinking there was some fraud involved.
yeah. I was wondering if somebody's going to say
Is
that.
that what it was?
I was wondering, bro. I was wondering if somebody was going to say that,
Yeah,
man.
leave it to me to come up with something controversial.
Nah, bro, like,
Jack.
in the news.
Voter fraud.
Voter fraud. It does happen all the time.
Yeah.
But
Especially early voting.
early voting won this time, and that's a fact.
If you're going to fraud,
He
do it early.
had a pretty good strategy, you know. He just stayed behind the first place horse for quite some time, and then kind of just snuck out on the the edge and hung out by himself until the last straightaway, last like quarter mile, took off, bro.
We have security camera footage.
The whole thing.
And that is my horse analysis right there, bro.
That
My horse
was really
racing.
that was really good. Phoenix said that they do horse racing, right?
They do. And
you have to because it's so.
Yeah.
You only got one shot to show it.
And I was so small-minded that I thought horse racing only happened in America. But guess what? There's other horse races around the world.
Oddly enough.
What in the world? Who'd
Fuck
thunk it?
America.
Who'd have thunk it? Like, bruh. It's like, there's like
Those-
a Dubai Derby or something,
Those
bro.
Arabians
Wow.
horses did not
Yeah,
actually originate in America.
Small-minded
It's
Americans,
crazy.
man. I thought we only
crazy.
had horses.
Just like us.
Only nation in the world with horses,
We
dog.
started that too.
Like, golly. So
It's all about us.
this is something that we definitely don't have, and that is Monaco.
We do not. have
F1 Monaco. Is this one of the favorite races, or like where does this race
So-
rank in the F1
For a
series.
change, we have somebody who may also have an opinion on this.
Yeah, and I've
Hey.
been waiting for this.
Spicy.
Great.
I've been waiting for this.
My
Have
opinion
you
on it
been-
is that
Have you been to Monaco?
No.
Okay.
What do I
not
look
for the
like?
race.
Like you probably been to Monaco?
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. Thank you. No, I've never been to Monaco. But
I think the venue, like the track, the history of the track, and it's a really just neat looking track. Like
Yeah.
there's so much
Yeah.
going on there. As far as the race itself, it typically is not the most exciting or enlightening race unless somebody manages to crash early.
Yep.
So for the
That's what's on the front.
geographically challenged folks, not
Yeah.
including myself,
I mean,
where's Monaco?
Where's
It's over there.
oh yeah, they don't have horses over there.
Over there
Where
with
the horses, where the horses originate.
they got horsepower
Oh,
though.
in the UAE.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got
Okay.
horsepower.
But the track is up against like the side of a big, I don't know if it's a mountain, but like a big hill. It's kind of the city's kind of built into the walls of the hill, and again, I agree with you on the history. Like there's a lot of history. The country itself is wild.
Is Monaco a country itself?
Monaco is its own little country. Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know. I thought it was a city.
But it has
It is one of the last city states. Yes.
Okay.
Like city states.
it has how many people? It's small, really
It's
small.
really small. Probably,
But it's got the richest, the amount of money that's there for
Oh,
the
really?
amount of people is
So-
really.
So it sounds like some
capita,
south of France,
they're-
like some
yeah,
Greece
they have
type
more
area.
millionaires
It's
per
it's
capita
like
than
south of
anywhere
France,
else, probably
Italy.
like
Okay,
area.
Italy. Okay, so I was thinking, Monaco.
So it's
Monaco.
like right on. It's got the Med on one side. It's got the.
the Met.
I think it's the Alps on the back, the Mediterranean Sea,
Okay.
Gotcha.
and
Yeah.
then,
That's what
like
y'all call
I
it.
think it's the Alps in the back.
Yeah.
Just the
quite
pictures
Yeah.
I've
You
seen,
got a
like,
second home there, though, right?
no,
it looks beautiful. Like the
Yeah.
pictures I've seen, it just
my,
looks like gorgeous.
My aunt-in-law has
Like
an
you
apartment.
just
Right.
It's really it's
Okay.
visually I think it's one of the coolest. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
other than like
no
some of
doubt.
the cool night tracks that they've done or night races, but people.
It's
don't-
old school.
It's old school, but it's so small and narrow that once they do qualifying and they decide what the pit or the grid looks like, overtakes are almost impossible unless there's a big crash, which is scary because there's
Gotcha.
high speed.
It's high speed, tight
very
corners.
very likely
narrow,
to crash
And
there.
unlike a lot of things, like in this country, you're talking about American centric, U.S. centric stuff. Like we nerf everything to shit. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, even we don't want to have our athletes so close to the fans, and we don't want anybody to trip over anything. And then you look at some of these races that they do in Europe. Formula One being one of them, but even like the little stage races and things like that, where like cars are flipping over and landing in the midst of the fans who just
Yeah.
get out of the way.
That's crazy.
Like
Yeah.
it's just like okay, well.
And
let's
one time I was
hop
at a
on the road.
rodeo and the bull like came up on the rail and like went, scared the hell out of me, bro.
Yeah.
But I was nowhere
Similar
near.
energy.
But that's
Similar
Similar
ready for that.
energy.
But-
that's crazy speed.
but yeah,
like
Monaco's
nuts, bro.
a lot of-
watch out for a lug nut.
Everything's really tight and you're really
Yeah.
close. But
Yeah.
I think this year with the reliability issues, there may be some weird things
Yeah.
happening.
Oh.
Because if you get a car stopped out there, whether it be a wreck or just a engine failure or whatever,
Not a lot of
like,
time
it
to
can-
react
Yeah,
to.
it's a lot of.
I like to take a quick mid-race nap during Monaco because nothing happened. Like the start,
Right.
you got probably 2 laps of just insanity. That first
Yeah.
lap is huge, and then you just got this like middle ground. We're like,
Nobody's
my F1
passing
nap, just
anything.
quick snooze.
Yeah.
Right.
Wake up towards the end to see if everyone's
See
still,
if everybody's
still
still
cruising.
alive.
And usually, like if you're in pole position when it starts, very likely that you'll win. But
You're going to have to really make a mistake somehow. Somebody somewhere
Yeah.
is making a mistake to get.
Why is this such a
major
popular race if there's really no movement taking place?
that's the
Is
history.
it just like the difficulty of the course that kind of makes it a little more?
It's the history,
Intriguing
and I
it
think
is.
like if you have the connections or the money to have a yacht there, like it's got to be one of the best ways
It's
to
the
watch
celeb-
the race.
yeah.
Yeah.
His
Oh, yeah.
status And like his
Yeah.
city
Yeah,
status.
there's some
Yeah.
status and
Yeah.
there's,
Gotcha.
there's that celebrity element.
That power to
Right.
it, gotcha.
there's some
Yeah.
really really cool little hotels and not even really hotels, are just like little rooms that you can get
Yeah.
Right.
that overlook the
Right.
course.
The
And I'm talking,
locations
bro.
and-
F1 is getting the like that's like almost going to a Knicks game, Knicks Lakers game. Like the celebrity power that you get
Oh yeah,
at those F1 races is freaking crazy.
Yeah.
Like everybody, it's anybody wants to be
Yeah.
there, wants to be seen.
Right.
It's pretty wild. So, for years we know Sir Lewis Hamilton's been the man,
He's been the man for a
right?
while.
So I know there were some changes in the rules, right? And
Cars.
and Max Verstappen, like he was already creeping up on Sir Lewis Hamilton, right?
Been creeping up on him for a while.
Yeah.
So it has what was it called? Has the reins? Yeah, has the baton been passed? Like is
Well, I don't
Sir
think-
Lewis Hamilton done winning?
I don't think there was a baton pass. I think last year Max won barely
Yeah.
the championship. It changed a lot of things. I think people were super pissed. It took me like a good week to mentally recover from that. Last race was
Really?
stressful. There was just a lot. There was a lot. The race director that made some of the calls that ultimately led
Gave
to
him
the
the-
race. I don't want to say he was handed the win, but it certainly was controversial. He's out, so things are different this year.
So
I
what-
think
what
it,
was-
It was yeah, because
controversial?
it wasn't. You know, like you've been in games where, like, the commentators and the fans will be like that bad call cost us the game.
Yeah.
But really, it wasn't just the one bad call. It was really
Right.
a lot of bad
A
calls.
series
Yeah.
of
Along the way. There's
Or
calls
not
in
even
Formula One.
necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
What, like what?
Yeah. Well, like
news
this-
to me.
Yeah.
so just one example of something that happens. If somebody has a wreck or even just loses, like, you know, bumps into something, loses a piece of the car and it's on the track, you have the option, depending on where it is, of having a safety car or what they call a virtual safety car, which is basically just everybody has to slow down. You got a speed limit now, and nobody can overtake.
Okay.
And depending on
Ooh.
which one of those you do,
Uh-huh.
that changes the dynamics some, because if you're waiting on a real car that's much slower than the actual F1 cars, like that changes things.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's a call to make on how you go about restarting that from that. So if you say we're going to restart this way, it's one thing. If you say it's going to restart this way, it's another thing. The other thing, which was a huge issue at the end of
In this race.
of last year's,
Right.
last season's, what you do with what they call the back markers, which is the last guys. So there's 3 or 4 or 5
You know all this
or
stuff?
whatever.
Crazy.
I'm letting him
that
go.
are-
Let him go. I'll jump in when I need.
Yeah.
So far, so
That's
good.
like,
You got it.
Okay.
so those
She'll pick up what
if
you
those
do.
guys get
Right.
are lapped, so like if you let them unlap themselves,
Okay.
which is not unusual to do,
Okay.
like that again changes the
with that,
dynamic of
'cause they get to catch
what's-
up with the
yeah,
pack.
because they get to catch up with the pack a little
Gotcha.
bit,
Yep.
and not be
I learned that from Cars, the movie.
right.
Pretty good. It
Because
taught me a lot.
There's actually a lot in there.
Because
yeah.
Lightning McQueen had to get out of the pit
it's a
before
like-
that other car,
Yeah.
came around.
Yeah,
and
he took his
spot.
he just beat it. He
Just
just
beat-
got out of there. Yeah, I learned, and then they had the pace cars in front, so Lightning was able to come on back around and catch up, bro.
Having
Because he had got lapped.
the
He was
same
lapped.
having the
Wow.
same car do all the things that they do in cars
Yeah.
is unrealistic.
No doubt.
But the types of things
But
that they're
the-
talking about is
You present the opportunity.
it's a little high level, but it's yeah, it's
certainly
real. It's
similar.
real.
That's pretty
It's-
wild.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so last year the controversy was that they started doing one thing and then they
Right.
sort of changed it in the middle.
in the
Yeah.
middle of it.
Yeah, and it was just
Oh,
really weird.
yeah.
But,
Wait.
But
Like
like-
they said,
but like-
hey, we're gonna do virtual car.
well, it
So
was
slow
it had to do with
no.
with the unlapping at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, we're going to let these cars unlap, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're on the
Never-
last lap. There's no time.
Oh, Lewis is close.
So they didn't
Right,
want to finish
exactly.
the last. It was like 1 or 2 laps. They didn't want it to be behind a safety car. Like they wanted to
Right.
give them the chance to race.
Yeah.
And the call that was made, I just felt like wasn't relayed fast enough,
Yeah.
and it was kind of a controversial call that they hadn't done before. And the reason why
Yeah.
it was so important, normally it wouldn't matter as much, but it was the final race, and the two
It's a deciding
leaders
point.
were the
Yeah.
exact same points going in. Lewis is such a legend that for the last couple of seasons that I've watched, Lewis finishes like there's like 4 races left, but he's so far up in the points that
Yeah,
he just
it
kind
is,
of he could just
it's gonna be
not
top.
race
Yeah.
Oh,
and
wow.
be fine
That's pretty
because he's
false.
that far ahead. But this time they win, and Max and Lewis were head to head in the points, and so it was really controversial that finish, and so. I don't know. It's one of those. It's almost like the game being done, and they're like, oh, you know what? Let's add a couple extra points or a couple minutes
Minutes.
back to the
wow.
shot clock,
yeah.
and let's just let them shoot free throws
Right.
without us being able to stop them. Like he was able to just have kind of control over the pace of the race. And
There's actually
my
there was a
gosh.
game in the NFL playoffs not that many years ago where they had something happened right at the end, and
Saints and the Vikings.
it was very. I want to say it was Saints.
It was Saints and Vikings.
It was
it was an
just
interception on the sideline.
it was very much a judgment call, matter of millimeters. Of,
It's either going to be a pass interference or an interception.
right, and depending on which way the call went, it could cost the game.
Over, or
Yeah.
it continued. I mean,
Yeah.
depending
Right,
on who it was on.
and
Like it was like
kinda
if it was a pass interference, like it would have been a game over type situation.
It was like that,
But if-
except
Defensive pass interference. Okay, I'll
but
take it.
since it was an interception,
right.
gotta play.
It was like that,
Turnover
except
they scored a touchdown on the interception.
if
On the one
except
play.
down the sideline in the playoffs.
got
You don't
you.
remember? I'm sorry.
Sorry.
it's like that, except if the official on the field said, and today only, if he grabs the ball with both hands,
Like a special.
it's an interception.
Yeah,
For
gotcha.
the limited time.
Wow.
you
Yeah,
can
it was like
break all
limited
the
time
rules.
offers.
That's funny.
That's
Not,
wild,
and
bro.
it's not.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't think
And
there
it's the official, like once it's done, it's done. You can't really.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you added a rule.
it was a weird
Or added
interpretation
a-
of a rule.
It was
Okay.
a weird
And-
interpretation.
Yeah,
and
it benefited one person and one person only in that case, and that was Max. So I don't think the baton was passed. I think the baton was like taken and then it was a really interesting
kicked
dynamic.
out of somebody's hand.
that-
I like
Was that a
Verstappen.
kickback?
Do not get me wrong.
Was that a
I
kickback?
am a Verstappen fan,
No,
Yeah.
no.
but I would have liked to have seen him.
Well, that was my
like
time
that
on the
be
show.
real-
It's-
I would have
No.
much rather see it be a real win.
Yeah.
The real one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're a Lewis Hamilton fan, obviously, by that last remark.
I love Lewis and I love Lewis's story, and I
yeah,
like
for sure.
Mercedes and Max has every reason to be successful, and that's why I'm not shocked when he wins, and that's why
Yeah.
I'm not stoked when he wins, because I'm like, his dad comes from racing. Even his girlfriend's dad was a very
Like
well-known
a-
racer.
yeah.
Like
Just
he
in
has
it,
he's had every
Yeah.
reason to be successful. So I'm just
Exactly.
not surprised when he is.
All resources.
And but Lewis wasn't.
Very
And-
different story.
Who I'm
I saw
enjoying
Lewis's story.
is Sergio Perez. Like
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
the one that's
I like
really.
Checo.
He's like
That's
number
he's
2 for
funny.
Red Bull, right?
Yep.
He's number 2 driver. For
Okay.
Red
Yeah.
Bull.
You saw him at the
in
runs.
many
Yeah.
ways
Yeah, it's cool.
could easily be considered the number 1 because he's just so awesome.
Got you.
They've got
Got
good
you.
cars. Yeah.
So I don't know if y'all watch Netflix very often, but I learned a lot about Lewis Hamilton in his interview with David Letterman. Have y'all seen
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope, bro.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
He is
Cool
like
guy, man. I like that
he's
dude.
just ice cold.
I think he
Yeah.
had a huge, I don't want to say it was a burden, a huge opportunity. That may probably feel like a burden to decide some of the new type of culture for F1, especially for younger fans.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of responsibility. So I think he certainly feels that, in addition to the pressure that F1
You
racing
also
puts
have
on
to
you in
win.
general.
Right.
You also have to win, but
Yeah.
he's just
It's like the Allen Iverson of F1. He's got cornrows and tatted up all over the
Right.
place, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wore the other
Like-
day, they told him he couldn't wear jewelry. There's some new rules around jewelry in the car. And Lewis put on 3 watches and every chain that he had and showed up to the press and was like, if I'm not going to be able to wear it on the race, I'm going to wear it here.
wear it in.
But
Here you go.
It was funny. He's handled pressure really, really well, and I can't even imagine after that. If I had to spend a week recovering mentally from the race, like
Yeah.
Lewis unplugged, he deleted Instagram. He wasn't, because people are also so aggressive. I mean, with
Yeah.
every sport, but
Yeah,
they are
yeah,
just
1000%.
particularly
Yeah.
aggressive with Lewis. But
That's smart too.
I think
Unplugged like that.
this is interesting. The cars changed everything.
Cars-
Mercedes is not the they don't have the fastest car right now, and that porpoising, they've got an issue with the car that causes them to bounce, is causing a lot of issues for the drivers, a lot of issues for the cars. They're worried about weight, and it's just been really interesting to see. It's a lot of physics. Like it's unreal.
So do y'all believe Sir Lewis Hamilton could get back to that top spot
Yeah.
with the
How's it-
issues? Because that's
Yeah.
if,
how's it
I thought
shaping
you were
up?
going
if
to
you
say
have the
with
fastest-
Mercedes.
Yeah.
yeah, with Mercedes, because if you have the fastest car, obviously you're going to win. So was he winning because he had the fastest car? Was he the best driver?
Well,
He's an incredible driver.
He is an incredible driver, but you can't have one without the other. Like,
Yeah.
No doubt.
like
Yeah.
you put
Yeah,
a
you
crappy
can't.
driver in a fast car,
Yeah.
and
And what?
They might win.
Russell's an
Russell's
example of
I was
this.
saying, what?
Like here,
I was gonna say
here's an
Russell, but-
example.
He's still gonna win.
last year, was it last year or 20,
It was
2020?
Yeah,
Lewis Hamilton got COVID.
got COVID.
And George Russell, who
talked
was with
about
a
that.
team, you've already talked about it. So
No,
Russell, who hadn't won or even gotten points in a Williams car, because Williams
'Cause
doesn't have a great
it's a
car,
shitbox.
got put into a Mercedes to take a spot for Lewis. And
It's like
other
one of
than
those,
a
it's like
pretty,
one of those K cars from back in the day, Chrysler K cars.
Oh,
Okay, cool.
they put him in a Mercedes, and unfortunately had a really bad pit stop that ruined the whole thing for him. But
could
he
have
was
easily won,
in top
Really?
top scoring. So
Matter of fact,
it's a
you
couple of
can't-
things. Like the car
the
obviously
technology.
weighs heavily, but
Yeah.
Lewis was a good example at this last race. He had every reason to probably end in the last 5 or 10, or let's just say the last 5 positions. But he made his way with an okay car with all the issues that they've had and damage all the way up to 5th or 6th place is what he finished. When he
wow.
could have very well been at the
fairly
lap.
consistent
Yeah.
in the top 5.
He performs really well.
So
when
he's mad
So
competitive.
this year, points are
And
looking like
he's talking about he's a cool
He's like a
character in
fifth from what I
public.
saw right now.
Fifth.
Like his persona and personality is cool, but like in the car, in the cockpit, like he's ice cold. Like,
Yeah.
like you hear other Verstappen being a prime example. They get all excited and emotional, yelling and screaming about stuff. And Lewis is like, "Well, that sucked,"
Yeah.
and then drives on and makes up 5 places.
Bro,
Yeah.
he's so cold, right? So he took David Letterman in the wagon Mercedes on the
Oh, yeah,
interview.
yeah, I forgot about
The
that.
brakes caught on fire, and
Yep.
I was like, "Oh, the brakes caught on fire." It was like, "Come on, jump back in the car." I was like, "What? Why would you do that?" And he just jumped back in the car and took off again, and let the fire went out.
Yeah.
I
Some air
didn't.
blowing over, cool him off.
I thought air. I had no idea that's how you get fired, but I learned that
Those
day.
cars are you can watch the brakes be on fire in the middle. Like they'll roll in for a pit stop. Brakes are
Crazy.
blazing. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
Crazy.
I think he
That's
has.
what, those hair dryer things that they have. That's not to heat anything up. That's to cool it off.
So they got a Mercedes like this on the track,
yeah.
like 2-wheel motion.
the G-Wagon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not a G-Way. It was the wagon, just like the car wagon, like 700 horsepower. It's like the
what?
station wagon Mercedes, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Is it the same as a safety? I don't know if it was the same
It's
as
not
a
the
safety car,
That wasn't the
but
safety car that they were driving.
No, they were in a silver
those go
Benz.
pretty fast.
I was like, geez, that's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I didn't
So
know. I know they handled like that.
I don't know if he's. I don't think he's in a good spot to win championship.
This
A
year?
championship, but I think that
He's pulling his weight. I'll
he's
put it this way.
doing-
He's
with
doing
the-
everything he can
with the
what
car that he's got. Yeah,
Gotcha.
certainly. But I think he's got a couple years left. I think
Yeah.
next year.
You think he'll move to Red Bull?
No.
Mercedes has got one of the biggest budgets
No.
Yeah.
from ever.
So
Yeah.
how can that car go from being the greatest to now?
Rule changes.
They
man.
changed.
Now I'm
rule-
driving great and I'm getting 5th place.
They changed the rules of how the cars can be made and what parts they can use and which engine. Like they just changed the rules, so everyone was in a scramble from last year's car to this car is just really different.
Just
So
trying to
it kind
figure
of
it out.
it leveled the playing field a little bit.
That's
good
what you were
bit,
saying about
yeah.
the technology, and they were like, you can't use certain technology or whatever because these people don't have it. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
get
Well, so,
better,
yeah,
get a
there's-
better
there's-
team is
Right.
what I'm saying.
Well, I mean,
Like,
there's a lot of reasons. One is because you could put like jet engines in them and they would be like 500 miles an hour, but they'd be flying off the track and blowing
Yeah.
up.
yeah, we don't want that.
So,
I mean,
like, that's not
from
cool.
what
So-
you were saying about Monaco, we might want that.
Need some
people-
action.
people
Some
tune in,
action.
yeah.
We don't
To
want
see
to
the
say
wrecks.
that we want that, but it makes
not-
it an exciting race.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
bad when you see
There's
people.
There's some boring races. Someone was like, "How could F1 be boring?" Like, sometimes there are races
Sometimes,
where you're
yes.
like nothing unique happens. It's exactly
like
as
when
you
the battle
expect.
when the battle for 10th or 11th place is
Yeah.
the most exciting
yeah,
part.
yeah,
That's brutal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Those
that
guys have no
happens,
chance
yeah.
of winning.
yeah.
Right.
We're
So
excited. I'm excited. I am excited for Monaco. I don't know what's gonna happen.
When is
Right,
that?
yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah, and
Oh.
so
Oh.
on not so much Monaco specifically, but I definitely think if you put Hamilton in current Ferrari or current Red Bull, which is never going to happen, but like
He's winning.
yeah, oh yeah, he's
Picking
winning.
up.
I'd like to
If
race
he
Hamilton.
finishes
I'd jump in some go
Right.
karts at Malibu and race Lewis Hamilton, bro. I think I'll get
Sure.
him, dog.
in the Audi,
Go kart.
And no, go karts
Oh.
at Malibu Grand Prix.
there you go.
Well, we need to talk about Malibu next time. Malibu Grand Prix. That's the
Yeah.
best one around. We'll record some races out there, man. Might bump our viewership up. Anyway, we're gonna move on to the NFL, man. So, all right. So Deshaun Watson, there's a ton of news we can talk about, but today we're gonna talk about with him is his guaranteed contract, $230 million, $235 million, fully guaranteed. Do you think that's gonna become a trend, Mr. Clayton, in the NFL for these fully guaranteed contracts?
How much is it? 235.
Absolutely.
Something like that.
235.
235.
Yeah. He said
Fully
30.
guaranteed. Fully
Aaron
guaranteed.
set the bar. But, of course, like, the direction of the league, moving towards 7-on-7 football.
Yep. Yep.
And the quarterback being the figurehead of it all. Well, absolutely. That I mean, what Mahomes did, what he signed for, that's not going to be the last
10
one.
years, $500
That's
million.
not going to be the last one.
But he wasn't even fully guaranteed though.
He wasn't full, but half of, I mean, what was he, 250?
Yeah.
Like half of, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, yes.
Yeah.
Fully guaranteed contracts for quarterbacks will absolutely be a thing.
For quarterbacks.
For quarterbacks.
Okay, so that's not
For quarterbacks.
not league wide, not every position.
No.
Running backs.
No.
It's not gonna happen.
No.
Can we do
Running backs,
sports
absolutely.
betting
They're
on
gonna be
what
the
kind of
last one.
contract people get?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, right.
Hey,
Yeah.
there's historical
I mean,
data and live
Yeah,
data.
absolutely.
I bet.
Move with the market moves, the bumps that happen, like absolutely.
Yeah,
but
man.
no, that will absolutely be a thing. That's not going to change.
Or you
Yeah.
could just buy shares in the
Inflation's
team.
continuing to go, huh?
Or you could just buy shares in the team.
Or you can buy shares.
Sort of the same thing.
I mean, before long, hamburgers are going to cost $20.
Man.
Go
You're
to
right.
McDonald's for the $10
McDonald's is
menu.
going to be, yeah,
You're
absolutely.
right.
The dollar menu is going to turn to a
$2,
menu.
$10 menu or $2? 10?
10. I don't know.
Jeez.
I'm just saying.
I hope that's like year 2040, 2245, dog. Like no time soon.
It's
No time
not
soon. But it's coming. though.
changing, man.
It's
not
coming.
changing.
And keeping along with the Browns, right? So Deshaun Watson's suspended for the first 6 games of the season. Ironically, the Browns have another number 6 on the team, right?
Yep.
Quarterback named Baker Mayfield right now. Do you think he'll be starting quarterback in those first 6 games for the Browns?
That's tough, man.
Like that? What kind
Baker, what do you do?
Yeah, that's the title of this is "Where's Your
Did you
Head At?"
know?
Like, where
Where's
is
it?
Baker Mayfield's head at, bro?
Let's get me out of here.
Does he pull a
let
Deshaun
me
Watson
go.
and just not even play if they
I gotta
don't
sit
let
down.
him out of his
I gotta sit
contract?
down. You gotta let me go.
Yeah,
They got to send him somewhere. And I feel like they're just kind of waiting, trying to see. And as an organization, I get using, and this is what they're attempting, using athletes as pawns to get what they want, the best deal possible, and or, hey man, I need you for like 6. Can you just give me 5 games, like?
yeah.
And then Deshaun's gonna play, you know that. But just give me 5. I need you. No, bro. Like no, Baker needs to sit down, and they need to move him
Because Baker's no Chase Daniels, a career backup that made
he's a
$80-something
guy.
million.
He's a leader. 87. Yeah.
80
That's not Baker.
as a backup. No, Baker Mayfield wants to be on
It
that
will
field.
explode.
Yeah.
Where would you like to see Baker?
Ooh, I would have loved to see Baker in San Francisco. I don't know if they're gonna make that happen. Now, that's tough. Maybe Atlanta.
Yeah. Seattle.
Seattle would be nice, but I think Atlanta has some young talent around that they're putting together that he'll have a chance to build with.
He would have had more if he went to Atlanta and really didn't put that $1,500 bet out there. Crazy.
Sure would have.
Lost the whole season with $1,500.
That's all right. This season coming up is kind of wherever he lands is like, hey, you're building.
Yeah.
Like it's not like he's going to land and go to the Super Bowl. So
Yeah.
That could work.
Could
Really-
Baker end up in Pittsburgh?
Let me check what my
A rival.
Let me just do a quick-
in division trade.
Is there anything,
yeah. What did it
real
say?
quick, I was just curious, like, is there anything in NFL similar? I was just thinking about F1 where you get this reset with the cars, right? It kind of changes the game. Is there anything structurally in the NFL, like, is it contracts that can change that, like how people, like how players engage with the game, or can throw kind of a curve to what you expect is going to happen?
In what regard?
Yeah, that's the man right there for the NFL questions.
I'm just thinking, like, is there anything that you've seen, like, in the last couple of years that kind of resets the league in a way where, like, it changes the dynamic?
Dak's contract for one.
Yeah.
So yeah, contractually, any time markets are set by teams. I mean, which is a thing, I think what's happening legally with Deshaun is another thing. So like with Ray Rice and his situation, those situations are league changing. And so it's like, we got to shift because we got to avoid whatever. We need to make an example, and then we'll move on from there.
Yeah.
What's happening right now with Deshaun? This is huge, actually.
Yeah.
Because it's a quarterback.
Yeah.
And it's probably the biggest, I think, case going on for a quarterback apart from Big Ben's maybe. That was tough.
Yeah.
But this one is way bigger than that. And so what's going to happen and how this plays out, apart from what Cleveland has already done, will absolutely set a tone for the NFL league-wide.
Thinking about that, what would be interesting, because one of the things that's not unique but fairly unique to Formula One is that winning the races, and there's multiple definitions of that, you get some benefits from that. Like you get some money, or you get to use certain pieces of technology. You get a bonus, like kind of like a video game. Like
I was about to say, let's like I win a race and I get my nitro.
You get to level up.
You beat
new
the
gun.
boss, and and you get a little something extra.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine if like you had a football team or baseball, basketball team, and like you get, like if you win the championship next year, you get one extra free throw per game.
Oh, you mean like
no,
a little
you know what I'm saying?
performance,
That's
like
crazy.
Or whatever, yeah. Like,
One more time out next season for your squad.
like you get
Every game.
You get a
Extra stoppage time.
Luka tap in.
Yeah.
Whatever team it is.
Yeah.
That reminds me of
That's
like
interesting.
fan-controlled football.
Yeah.
Like
That would be-
that.
Did y'all see Michael Vick is coming back? Like they're playing the fan control
Fan-controlled?
football league.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
MC, you thinking about it, dog?
Nah, but that sounds awesome. That sounds awesome for Vic.
That's crazy, bro. Mike Vick, hey, anytime
Mike
you want
Vick
to come
said
on,
he
bro.
He never had no knee injuries, so he good.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's just, man.
You might have got
That's
bell
not-
bites or two.
On that, what you were talking
we
about,
gotta-
someone mentioned something about how the NIL stuff might change once those players like start filling up the leagues with kids who've been paid through college.
Yeah.
If there's a shift in performance or like their mentality or their engagement, like how that might change. I'm interested to see that. You got kids who might have had better access to recovery and resources and better food. I mean, I don't know. I think like what positive implications will that have for them entering the league?
Yeah. Man, that's
Good
I
money.
ain't thought about that. Like a
second-
kid actually
second,
like,
Like
order
having
effects
access to
of-
resources and money and in a different way than usually
Typically
you're waiting
would.
until you sign those contracts
No doubt.
in the
You're not-
professional
you're not-
league.
Unintended
the hunger
consequences.
leading up to
Yeah,
Like, does
exactly.
it change your engage? Like, are you as committed because you've been making money since you were a freshman in college, or
you never went to the calf,
right.
Yeah.
I
right?
think it works out.
Never ate in the
think-
cafeteria in college.
No
You've
doubt
been
about it.
eating steaks all this whole time. Like,
Yeah. I think the structure works out because with the new CBA, I mean the last CBA, what it did was take a lot of money out of rookie contracts and put them into veteran contracts. So
Yeah.
even though you come in, you've made $10 million in college. Now you signed a $30 million deal. Before that team, that cap hit is still negligible.
yeah,
So we'll see, who's hungry or not. I think that CBA was huge in that regard, and so this fits. And I think it's great that a kid can make $10 million.
Is it a
$20
chance
million
that
in college, like-
that a kid could come to the league and make less money in his first year pro ball than he made in college?
I think
Very
you would.
much so.
I think you could get
because
more partnerships
very
though,
much
right?
so,
Like you
yeah.
could.
I mean,
Endorsements and things like
how many
that.
Yeah.
Heismans are not first round draft picks?
Oh, a
Yeah.
ton of them.
Right.
How many of them don't even
And they're-
get drafted at all?
Exactly. And guess what? A Heisman at University of Florida or Oklahoma or
Yeah, a king.
guaranteed today going forward they're going to make $2 million a year,
Wow.
Yeah.
somewhere around there.
Yeah. How
UT's Quinn is around $2 million this year. For
I would have been
what-
stoked to
something
find a
stupid.
crisp $20 bill on the ground in
solid
college.
take.
Yeah, you
$20
know.
bill would have been like, man,
bro.
we're coming up.
Hey,
20
'Cause,
bucks,
hey, we
20
used to
million,
look forward
2
to them
million.
spaghetti
Where you
nights,
spending- where you
dog.
spending that 20?
Whew, Outback Steakhouse. That's where I used to work
College?
in college.
Nice.
Hey, man.
That's where I spent all my time in college.
Hey,
But
I'm spending that bad boy at Electric Cowboy at all. 75-cent long necks, you know?
we had 50,
Skinnies.
50 cent
Anybody in
wells.
Southeast Mississippi, skinnies. You know what I'm talking about.
Skinnies.
Oh,
That's what you
man.
spend your
Yeah, that's how we
Man,
got
I can't imagine
down.
having access to that in
That
college.
tough
Like
money.
I think
No
that's,
way.
I think
Doesn't
I'm
happen.
interested to see the mental, like the game, how your game changes mentally when you have resources or like now you got a bunch of people who are at you for attention, money in a way that
Absolutely.
they weren't
Yeah.
before.
Absolutely.
Like I just think it has to be heavy, but I see positive outcomes too.
What's going to show is the networks that are around these kids
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
as that money because for a long time, I mean, even today going to the league, the stories of you're 21, 22 collecting $1 million checks,
Yeah.
and getting railed, like taken advantage of left and
Oh,
right,
yeah.
'cause you
Yeah.
have no fucking idea.
Yep.
In addition to you don't have a family that come from money that
Yep.
knows
So
what to
everybody-
do with your money.
Yep.
So all you do is trust everybody that somebody told you to trust because they wear a suit and tie and they look like they know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
And often guys get took.
Yep. That's why Floyd Mayweather did his own thing. That's why he left Top Rank and whoever was managing his money, because somebody showed him this guy is stealing from you, bro.
Straight up.
Right? So he started managing his own money, got somebody he could trust on his team, and made his own marketing company.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
His own promotion company. So
Exactly.
and
So-
now he's the richest athlete. He ain't even boxing anymore. He boxed the other day, like on top of a building in Dubai.
No big deal.
Did you see that?
No.
Yeah. Like this is Saturday.
This is a good Saturday.
This past Saturday, he had
No big deal.
a fight on top of the on the roof
The Elberg, like the biggest
of Dubai. Yeah, one of the tallest buildings in Dubai.
Elberg, yeah.
Whoa.
Had a boxing match on the top. Yeah. So,
Exhibition.
but yeah, it is. I think that Quinn Ewers guy over at UT is going to
Yep.
be a very good use case to see how kids that have the money coming in, end up performing, right?
Yeah.
And if it's gonna
Yeah.
be something bad or something good. Is that my guy Renee right there?
No
I
doubt.
believe it is.
That is my guy Renee.
Hey,
Renee, what's good, baby? What's good, man?
Cheers,
You
brother.
know, we're over here getting it in, man. Renee Rodriguez, y'all, he is the man. I don't know if y'all know that, but shout out, man. Shout out to my guy, man. We miss you around here.
Silent partner.
You know?
Renee, the last time I saw you, we were hosting a 2,000-person event at the Omni. Or no, the Statler. Did you miss me?
Yes.
No, I remember. And last time I saw you, you were dressed to the nines.
I know.
Yay.
Did
Look
you
at me now.
miss
Now I'm in
me?
sneakers. Now I'm in sneakers. Now I'm a lot more comfortable.
Yeah,
more
that's what's up, man. So, and talking about, some of the rivalries in life, right? So, and talking about Baker Mayfield, we'll make this transition with that.
No.
OU guy. Brent Venables, bro. Brent Venables this week.
I'm familiar with who that is.
He said there's nothing like the OU Texas rivalry.
There ain't nothing like it.
He said the hate is real, bro.
He said the hate. BV said the hate
BV
is
said the
real.
hate is real, bro. Quote unquote.
The hate is real.
The hate, bro.
Wow.
Did you think
That's
BV
a
had any hate in his
strong
heart
four-letter
towards
word.
anything?
Well, Texas. I get it. I
Well.
get it.
Yeah.
No.
So,
BV is a passionately loving guy. Like, for him to say that,
yeah.
that means something.
He wants to whoop that A.
Ouch.
That
On a
ass.
regular basis.
Whoop that ass.
He want to continue. I mean, shoot, over the last 8 years, I think we're 6-2.
I mean,
I don't know.
hell, you can take it back 2
Yeah.
decades and y'all
I
pretty
mean, it's us and
like
and
16 to
then-
4 or something
yeah,
like
it ain't
that.
close.
I'm
It
just
ain't
off the top
close.
of my
It ain't
head,
close.
man. But I mean, is that hate real like that, bro? Like, I mean, because I've seen you get along with some UT guys off the
Yeah.
field, right?
Absolutely.
But
Off
on the field, is
But
it like
in competition? It is.
is it gladiator, like the ultimate gladiator sport? Is that what the Texas OU football game brings out of guys that are competing in that game?
It really does, because a lot of the players at Oklahoma are Texas guys. Like, we're all from Texas.
So how could you
half
hate
the
Texas so
team.
much?
You know what I'm saying?
I don't understand.
It's like in the fights that you had at home.
It's like
is
betrayal,
one of
bro.
them fights.
It's betrayal. It's betrayal. In my eyes, it's
It's
betrayal.
betrayal.
What you mean? What's betrayal?
I mean,
you leaving Texas,
say
going
we-
to OU, representing something that you're not, to then beat us, bro.
No.
Betrayal.
You live in Texas,
What does
not
betrayal
going
mean?
to the soft school down south.
Oh, is that what it is?
The soft school down south.
But you got several other options in Texas.
But which one compares?
I'm just saying, University of Oklahoma. You take Oklahoma athletes, and I'm sure there's some good ones.
We're talking about.
I know there's some
We're
good
talking
ones.
about championships.
I get it.
We're
I'm
talking
just
about
saying.
championships.
But they're built off of Texas players.
Championships.
Built off Texas
They knew
players.
what better to do with Texas players than Texas did. Clearly.
I can't even argue with that, bro. I have no
Got
argument
nothing.
against
I've
that.
got nothing.
You know,
You can't.
just being honest right now.
That's a fact.
So I'm
the
just
stats,
saying.
the data-
So you don't feel bad at all.
Support it.
You don't feel bad at all
Not
beating
at all.
Texas. You feel
What?
good about it.
Good, great.
You feel great about it, bro.
Hell yeah. What?
All these suffering Texas fans, bro. Like
Come on,
just
bro. Come on. So there's
No
clips.
feelings.
I like the clips when
no feelings.
a
bro.
play is happening and they got the really good cameras and they got the player like boom, in frame, and then behind it, it'd be like fans. And
Yeah.
depending on what side of the field you're on, like if you guys running for a touchdown, you got him, and then you see the fans behind it, and their faces
Yeah.
are pure disgust.
Yeah, bro.
It's the best.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I can't believe my ears right now, bro. This
the
man
best,
does
man.
not care. All you
It's the
UT
best,
fans out
man.
here, I just want y'all to know this man don't care about your life, bro. He don't care about your feelings.
No.
None of that.
No.
None of
The
that.
divide in fans who
not on
watch
that
the show,
Saturday
like-
at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Any-
After
any-
that, we can
any
play
other
golf. We can have a drink. We can drink a beer.
We can
I don't
celebrate
care.
the
We can
loss.
have a good fucking time. We can't celebrate. I'll give you a hug. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you a hug.
So
I'm a
would
hugger.
you have these same emotions if OU were to take that L that day? Would you still go hang with these same Texas fans
See me?
as they gloat?
I would.
Yeah.
I would because I know the history.
Like,
I mean, all right, good job. I'll give the pat. Like, good job.
It's like getting Luka getting dunked on by Wiggins and then Golden State giving him a game. You know,
Give him a game. Like, yeah, exactly. Oh, all right.
I feel bad for that guy.
I'll give you one.
Gonna
You
give
got
him one.
one.
Gonna
Yeah,
give him one.
You got
man.
one.
That's all
I'll give you
good.
one.
Nice.
No big deal.
Yeah, no, I get it. I
I'll
get
come
it.
drink with you.
Yeah,
Cheers.
I get it, man. No, that's
Congratulations.
like I said, I can't believe my ears. You know, to hear that
Yeah,
you just
the
really
hate
don't
is
care.
real.
You know, I know the hate's real.
Yeah,
but coming
but
from
that
a
I don't-
Texas guy, you just how can you hate your own people's? I don't understand. I don't
You know,
understand.
I mean,
How could you want the worst for 'em,
Some
you
guys
know?
like to win.
Yeah, I get. Yeah,
Don't want the
I'm
worst
just
for them
saying.
all the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
just
you know
on
what I'm
game day.
saying?
yeah, man. That's
You
just,
don't want to be soft all your life.
Yeah, no doubt. No,
I'm just saying.
hey man, hey,
I'm just
Bevo,
saying.
them boys used to be hard back in the day. They used to be hard. Ricky Williams and those guys, man. You can't tell
Ricky.
me you didn't enjoy watching Ricky
I love
Williams
Ricky. I
and
love some
Priest
Ricky, man.
Holmes
Ricky
and
was
those
a-
guys
he was
coming
the
up,
other
bro.
kinda guy, yeah.
it was a
I mean,
different.
I love guys.
You know,
You know,
yeah,
but
bro.
I'm just
Look,
saying.
James Brown. I know you know these names.
Overall, yeah, I know JB.
I know you know these
I know
names,
JB.
man. So, anyways, speaking about that beatdown, Mr. David Benavides this past week, he obtained one of Canelo's belts that he let go of before he got his ass whooped by Bevo
Oh,
a couple weeks ago.
did he?
Not
Yeah,
pretty.
so he doesn't have his belts anymore. Now David just won one
Damn.
against a guy that they said shouldn't have been in the ring. David Benavides, first of all, is a pretty ruthless dude in the boxing ring. I don't know if you know about this guy, but he can throw them hands.
He
And
throw them hands.
he beats dudes down like, you know, it's KO or bust basically.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
an undefeated boxer. He called out the big Charlo, Jamal Charlo,
Right.
right? Punked him I don't want to say punked him, but he got into it with him at Earl Spence's last fight. I can't
Oh, yeah,
talk
that's
right
right.
now. They had a little confrontation in the
Tiff.
crowd.
Tiff.
And Benavides don't back down.
Corporate? Like,
Yeah.
You know, he had a tiff. Tiff.
No
Don't say it.
synergies there.
You know, no synergy with those guys.
I hate
They,
my-
had, they had to table that for later.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that they both love boxing and want to fight each other, there's no synergy with those guys. But no, man, it was pretty cool to see the fight. I'm sure nobody here on the set but me watched it, right?
Yeah.
Just because
Nope.
I love
Yeah,
watching.
you love it?
I love watching boxing. It's fun,
Right.
But he's skilled.
I
Hopefully
like highlights.
Hopefully he will fight Jamal Charlo or somebody else of relevance. Maybe Canelo, right? They think Canelo might knock him out if Canelo comes back down. But anyway, we'll carry on.
Carry on.
All right, carry on. So we do have some other boxing matches coming up. Speaking of Jamal Charlo, he's fighting on June the 18th. I don't know the guy he's fighting. Who cares? He's probably going to win, I'm guessing. Our favorite,
Martin.
of course, Frank Martin is
Not
fighting
small.
as well. Yeah, Frank Martin's fighting, one of
Yeah.
our favorites. He'll be fighting another guy. Probably going to beat him down again. Like, really don't know. I don't care who
Yeah,
he's
he
fighting
just-
because he's going to win. I'm going to watch the fight.
Yeah, I know
But there is a good fight this weekend coming up.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, just put it on y'all's radar.
Oh, yeah?
All right, Gervonta Davis
Okay.
versus Rolly Romero. Right? They were supposed to fight before Gervonta fought Pitbull last time.
Okay.
And then something happened where Romero couldn't fight, and then
That's
Pitbull
right,
stepped in. It was a great fight with Pitbull. But this is the one that everybody wants to see for whatever reason. 135-pound dudes getting in the ring throwing hands. So, tune in. It's pay-per-view. Obviously going to be a good fight if it's pay-per-view,
Yep.
right? But these guys don't like each other at all.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I
like
do
the
too.
setup.
I do too. So it's going to be a good one. And
135 pounds.
135 pounds that
And
can
that's
scrap.
like boxer physique. That's not.
I think of Tommy Davidson on Ace Ventura 2.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that comes to mind. That comes to
Right.
mind.
That's good.
Nice.
Yep. There you go. That's it.
I forget what he was saying
it.
over and over again, but that's who I think of when I think of a 135-pound man throwing hands.
130, yeah.
We'll continue to move on. Let me pull this graphic up real quick
Ooh.
to something we kind of discussed earlier, which is the MLB, right? And don't have much to talk about other than the fact that the Rangers, Texas Rangers.
What about them? What about them?
They have climbed on up, y'all. Like the,
The
Jeffersons.
Rangers have
Moving
climbed
on
up?
up. Moving on up like George and Wheezy, dog.
The Rangers?
Yes, they're in third place now in their division.
Wow.
Yes, they still 4 games under 500, right?
That's
They're
fine.
18 and 22. But
It's
hey,
early.
they almost got half the wins they had all season last year.
They're gonna cover
Right.
that.
Yeah,
I'll take
they're
that bet.
gonna cover that.
They predicted.
Yeah.
Predicted
I mean-
that one.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They're gonna
Yeah,
cover that one.
Yep,
they're gonna cover that one for
All right,
sure,
bet
man. But
Yeah.
So if you're the Rangers, if you hit that point and maybe +1, do you coast the rest of the season?
Nope.
Nope.
Can't.
Nope, because if you're that close, you may as well
You might
just
as well
go ahead
ride it
and
out.
ride it out,
Hey,
man.
let's
See if we
do
can get
it.
to the playoffs.
Let's see what we got.
Right.
Hey.
In typical Rangers fashion, they'll get us all the way to the playoffs and then fuck it up on game.
Oh, man.
Good point.
God.
You know,
Ron
Let
Washington
us
come
down.
back.
I think
Where is Ron? Where is
He
he?
won a World
Statistical
Series last year with the Braves.
backing
Of course.
on that.
He sure did.
Chilling.
Just chilling with his new ring.
Ron.
Won a World Series with the Braves
With a
last
new
year.
ring.
Forgot about that.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep. It's all
Stash.
good.
Mr. Stash.
We miss you, Ron.
Mr. Stash, bro.
And
it was stout.
I'm sure he watches.
that's where the game. That's where the baseball go. That's the way baseball go. So
Yeah.
let me go ahead and drop
Still,
that.
is that still the pitching that's keeping them
That's a-
alive in that?
That's a gavel.
Oh,
That's a
your
gavel
phone.
right there. Why am I
pitching.
doing that? Because Aaron Judge, y'all.
Oh, God. He
The
is on
man
tear.
has 17 home runs. Right, they've played 40 games. He's almost hitting a home run every other
Every other
game.
game. That's incredible.
And you know what's more incredible?
What is it?
Barry Bonds hit more home runs than that. So right now, Aaron Judge is on pace to hit 68 home runs.
68. Huh?
Barry
That's
Bonds
a
hit
lot of-
70, 72.
72.
Yeah,
That's a lot of home runs, bro.
yeah.
that was the 90s baseball we were talking about.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
And-
That's
and-
when
oh,
baseball was awesome.
And the year he hit 72, he led the league in walks. League in walks. So he got walked
That's
like 300,
crazy.
set a record in walks and intentional walks that season,
Yeah.
and still hit 72 bumps. But he can't be in the Hall of Fame. Get the hell out of Dodge, man!
Out of where?
Out of Dodge, dog. Go on somewhere with that. But Aaron Judge,
Yeah.
boy's going off right now, bro. Going crazy.
Aaron Judge throws our data it's pretty crazy to watch his home run probabilities
Yeah.
compared to
Ooh.
everybody else's.
So
Yeah.
So what's
Pretty
what's
good.
Aaron Judge taking?
Was he taken?
Yeah.
What is he
I'm
taking?
not sure. Cream or
Every
the clear?
fastball?
Or
maybe?
some, yeah. Your
Anyone high
fastball
inside,
over the yard.
sending that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
That's what he
he's
taking.
sending it left, center, and right. That's what he's
Right.
taking, bro.
Taking
And the
them
man
all.
is bigger than Gronkowski. Is all I'm saying. In a
Human
baseball
being.
uniform.
Humongous.
I wonder how big he'd look in a Giants uniform, bro. Get him out of them pinstripes where he's slimmed down looking, and put him in a Giants big bright orange and black, bro. I bet that man looks like a freaking monster, bro.
Bro.
He's 6'7", bro.
That's
Like
giant, bro.
massive, bro.
Yeah.
He's
massive.
massive.
He's leading the league by 5
He does
home
have a
runs.
massive strike zone too, as a result of that.
Yeah, but hey, throw it up here. I'm gonna hit it, bro.
Yeah.
That's it.
Throw it in between these boxes, and I got you, right? So,
Just saying.
yeah, the man's massive, bro. Aaron Judge, they say,
He got,
you know,
got a lot of reach.
the man turned down a $230 million contract, and I see why. So,
Yep.
well done. He bet on himself right there,
Yeah, he about to. That's
straight
gonna be
up.
450.
and he's young.
Yeah.
He's just his third year. So crazy, man, crazy. So, and of course, you know, one of our favorites we like to talk about. Just want to bring him back up. We haven't said too much about him this year, but
pitcher.
Shohei Ohtani, man.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, he is a pitcher. He's also a hitter. He's only hitting 259, but he's got 9 bombs. Like, this is a pitcher.
This is mind blowing.
This is a pitcher. The guy's ERA is .28. Like, the dude is everything you need.
That's
you know,
hilarious.
in a team, dog.
That's crazy, bro. Oh my
The guy's
God.
incredible, man. I
And
just
a
wanted to bring him
character.
up.
Just fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The greatest
Dude.
all-around baseball player in the
They
history
need to
of
get
the
him
game.
a commercial
We're
like
watching.
they got a commercial for like George Mirasan.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, I mean, like I don't,
Yeah.
something like they
Something
need to
fun.
get this guy
Yeah.
out.
I did see him in a
he's
commercial, but
awesome.
I forget what it was. But
Bad
that
commercial.
Major League, exactly.
Clearly,
Forgot.
Terrible,
you know,
terrible
and not
marketing.
enough of them.
not enough.
You know, like this is
But
how
look at him
piss
up.
poor the major leagues is. But at the same time, There's benefits to it. Because name a major. If Mike Trout walked in this room right now, would you know it was him?
Not at all.
Right?
No.
Now, if Aaron Judge walked in, yeah, because he's probably ducking under the
Johnny,
doorway.
but I think he was in the NBA.
Yeah, right? He's like, who's this guy? You play overseas?
Yeah.
You know, like, what is this guy?
Shit. I bet you was in the NBA.
That's one of the advantages. They always wear a ball cap so nobody knows them in public. Right?
That's your baseball. Yeah, baseball guy.
Yeah.
True.
Which fits the culture.
Yeah. But you figure
They also don't care
160
really to be
games.
known. Like,
Yeah.
It's too cool
You know.
for that.
One of my favorite dudes to see in public was Elvis Andrews. That boy was always macking, dog.
Oh.
Always.
And I'm talking low standards.
Yeah.
It's like, Elvis, what are you doing, Elvis? I know you're young, but still, come on.
Do you know I used to
Don't
see
know
out
my
all the
name.
time that I was always excited because it was rare, but Delino DeShields used to hang out around.
Really?
The Lionel
And I used to be like, and he was always with what's his name, Holland, Derek
Derek
Holland.
Holland, yeah.
And
Derek
I saw
Holland's
that-
funny.
I saw them one
That's
time
funny,
at a club, and they were both wearing like ugly Christmas sweaters.
Yep. Sounds
And
about
Delino
right.
DeShields in a
situation.
ugly Christmas sweater. I was like, "What you doing, man?" And he was just at the club hanging out, getting all the girls,
Yeah,
all
that
the
sounds
girls in
about
his
right.
ugly Christmas sweater. But I thought
That's
it was
how
fun
those
to see
baseball
him.
guys
It was
used
not
to
the
do
sweater.
it.
I promise you that.
It was definitely the reindeer. It was definitely the Rudolph
Bank
sweater.
account.
No doubt.
It was the
No
Rudolph
doubt.
sweater.
It was that big knot hanging out in them skinny jeans that he probably wore with that ugly sweater.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. So this is sports and tech. We gotta talk a little tech, man. So
Like
we're
that.
gonna move on
Here we
to
go.
our favorite part of the show. Jonas, what do you have for us today in the tech space,
Well,
man?
since we're not going to have an all the chemicals league anytime soon.
Hey, I wish.
That was not your idea. That was Phyllis's idea, right?
We were
So,
we were joking about she wanted to do drunk driving car racing,
Oh
and
my
I
God.
said let's do 90s baseball where there's a league where they're allowed to do whatever steroids they want. I'm missing
Yeah.
12 home runs in a game.
Yeah.
Think
If
what-
everybody
think about
did steroids, what would happen?
there was a
I don't
game
know.
last week.
It would be.
Let me update my algorithm. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know.
There were
It-
5
the
home
numbers
runs
would
hit in one
stay
inning
the
last
same.
week
Yeah.
by a team.
There was 5.
5 home runs hit in
In
one
an
inning last week. I forget who did it, but I do remember that happened last week.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
good. Jock hit
I
3
missed
in
the
game.
21-3 scores.
So there's no
Yeah,
reason for you
me
to
too.
miss the steroid league because it's happening right now. Like you don't gotta miss it.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
You
you're
just
right.
don't know about it.
You're
right?
right,
Same
you're
way they
right.
weren't reporting it
Is
before.
scoring up across leagues, right? Because they've hit more homers.
Yeah, they're
in the
hitting-
season, like
They're hitting bombs right now.
collectively, Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Over the last couple seasons, like
Yeah.
it's been crazy. Yeah.
Like and again, I don't know. I didn't check and see in the collective bargaining agreement, but in December, we talked about this on the show.
Yep.
The drug testing went away.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep. Here
So we
are.
don't know if they brought it back in the collective
We don't
bargaining,
know.
but I do know this: Jock Peterson hit 3 bombs.
3 bombs, bro.
Right, first time since Barry
Awesome.
Bonds.
Yeah, it's been 90. Yeah, exactly. Or
Two of them in the ocean.
2004, I think it was, or something like that.
Yeah, bro.
two in the
Like,
ocean.
man, bring the juice back.
Bring it back,
Bring the
man.
juice back.
It's just like- they don't hype it though. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
man.
They-
But it's not just
a lot of
juice.
hype
Bring back
around
the
it.
grannies. Bring the coke. Bring it all back, man. Let these guys, let these guys play at their peak
Exactly.
performance, man.
Cigarettes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, cigarettes in the
Marlboro,
dugout.
what's up? Yeah.
The Red Sox take a shot to Jack. Came back down 3-1 against the Yankees.
Like,
you know,
yeah,
hey,
absolutely.
let them do it all, bro. Like opium, like.
Whatever.
Hey, that's Babe Ruth. He
Yeah,
did
the best-
opium,
he
dog.
did
Like
the-
I don't know if y'all knew that, but he took that Nazi drug.
Great
Oh.
painkiller.
Was ready.
Yeah.
Was ready on them
Yeah.
boys.
Teach us.
But
Hey, we're
whatever you gotta do.
back. We're back for you. Sorry.
bring it
Whatever
back.
you gotta
Sorry.
do.
Hey,
I started.
basically
Drugs and tech.
MLB follow the same
Drugs and
guidelines
tech.
as the state of Oregon, and we will be just fine and have a lot of fun. Is all I'm
We'll
saying.
have a lot of fun.
I mean,
Fun will be had.
They want crackheads in Oregon.
yeah. I mean, these are adults. I mean, let them do.
Yeah.
Hey
Let 'em do it. Enjoy.
and they
Have
smoking
fun.
weed. I know that much. They smoking weed.
Oh yeah.
They're smoking weed in Cali, bro.
That's
Oh,
legal.
1,000.
In a Giant Stadium, like that.
Yeah, I don't-
Rangers lost to them guys.
I don't know.
And the news reporters was like, "Man, I don't know, but it was fucking foggy in the stadium tonight."
A lot of haze coming in.
I was really hungry.
I don't know about you, Al. Yeah, but I can sure use a burger right now.
$20. $20 burger.
What's all these cotton
fuck
mouth
it.
bastards
I'm
walking
paying.
around here, man? Get some water. Get some water to these
Thirsty.
guys. Mouth looks dry.
Straight up.
So yeah, so
Whatever nothing about that cotton.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But
All
so
right.
you're for the steroids in the league, is what you're saying.
Yeah, let's just load them up. Let's
Cool.
just see what happens.
I mean,
Everything.
you know, have a comparison
Yep.
Yeah.
side by side.
Yep.
We already got
A/B
that. They
testing.
won't, they won't let him in the league. We got the comparison.
Anyway, Clearview AI, that's a company that we probably have talked about on the show before.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, who knows? By this time in the show, we were already a couple of drinks in. Who knows?
Yep.
But Clearview AI, that's the facial
See.
recognition people, have been ordered to delete their facial recognition for the citizens of United Kingdom, the UK, England, for those who are geographically challenged.
Oh,
yeah.
Not that I'm
Where
It's
the-
back,
where
it's
the
back
horses
up.
are.
where the horses are.
The big horses.
That's right.
Yeah.
The Budweiser horses.
Yeah.
So that's actually the fourth country joining Australia, France, and Italy who have asked for that.
It's backed up somewhere else.
I was going to say, the question is that
Doesn't
even
matter.
something that they can enforce, much less,
Right.
Ask them to delete
like
it.
legally can they enforce that, much
Because
less, like,
their other
actually
office in China and America.
Yeah, I don't know if they actually have an office in China, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, right. Or Singapore. I don't know.
You know, yeah.
Not
Over
there.
Right.
Yeah,
Over
somewhere not there.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So so if they're because they're based in the U.S.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
So like if the U.K. says, all right,
delete.
yeah,
Cool.
all right, sure,
Sure.
yeah, we did that.
That's kind of like the president telling Russia to release Candace or Brittany Griner.
Yeah.
Who are you about to say?
I was gonna say Candace Parker.
It's close.
I'm thinking about any girl
Similar,
that's
but
dunked in the
different.
NCAA.
You're thinking tall.
Tall
dumb as
basketball
fuck.
player.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
kind of
but-
like U.S. saying release
Brittany-
Brittany Griner, and Russia's like
Uh,
30 more days.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably not even.
It's like that.
right.
I would say there's probably less of a leg to stand on than that.
Yeah.
Because I think there's at some point there is a legitimate. All right, just let the girl go. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. Are you talking about Brittany Griner now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whereas
that's brutal.
with this, Clearview's like, okay,
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because you said so, right?
Bet.
Freaking
Or like you said, they just we got backups. All
Bart
right,
Fart.
we deleted those in your country.
Bart Fart
Did-
from How High
did
is
they give
over
you-
there keeping Brittany
Bart.
Griner
Bart.
Yeah.
smoking weed.
You're right.
Like 2 months in jail over.
Yeah. Not even smoking. Not even high. Just
Right.
possession.
Yeah.
So, did they give any why? Like, what was the
They believe that it is a privacy issue.
point? Oh.
The same reason America doesn't allow you to use facial recognition, right?
Right.
Privacy.
Right.
Oh,
And
what they do.
and there's, you know,
No doubt. Oh, my
The-
iPhone. You can't tell me
Oh,
Apple doesn't have
but they do.
everybody's face.
Period.
well, yeah,
It has an
but
iPhone.
obviously,
Yeah.
but it's on your iPhone.
Yeah.
It
your
stays there,
phone.
right?
Bet.
Sure, it does.
They don't have no database
Yeah.
anywhere.
You don't have access
Well,
to
and
what's
so
on your
it's
phone. Hello.
Hello?
it's Tim Cook's calling you right now.
Yeah.
Stop talking about our
Hey,
secret
man.
Got a
business.
show going. Got a show
Cease and
going.
desist.
It's our business.
If y'all didn't know, we have a show every Wednesday at noon.
We
You
talk
know,
about our business.
cousins, families, friends. All right,
But-
I'm sorry about that.
As we have talked about before,
Mm-hmm.
the cat's out of the bag on whether the data's out there, because your data's out there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 1,000%.
Like
No
even,
doubt.
even
you
if,
have a
even if you've
muse,
never been
like you have a
on-
muse.
oh yeah,
No
1,000%.
privacy.
it's out there.
Yeah.
None.
So
They can recreate you like
yeah,
that.
it
Yeah.
becomes a matter of laws, litigation, and what are you allowed to do with it, and
Right.
I mean that's
that's where
I'd
we're
like to
at.
say
that's
privacy.
legit, but
I think privacy is like yeah, privacy is
That's-
like
is that the British word for
Yeah.
privacy?
yeah,
You like that?
yeah, privacy.
You like to
Thank
say
you
it
for
like that?
translating
Yeah,
it.
privacy.
That's really weird, but
Garage.
it's cool.
Oh,
Gonna
boy.
go stick my tools in my garage.
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton over here.
in my garage.
garage.
All right, so no, that's I don't. I mean, USA, you can't. The same thing here, right? Like, basically adopting the U.S. rules, basically. But
Yeah, no, you can totally use the
Facial recognition?
immigrations, customs, and whatever they do.
the facial recognition.
Whatever, IC,
Oh, for sure.
whatever, I forget what they use.
I thought
for
they
it.
couldn't use facial recognition here in the U.S.
They totally use facial recognition.
Like, I understand if they're like
one in
for like a warrant or something,
one
they're
in
going
three
to-
people in the U.S. has been like picked up on from driver's
Oh,
license
wow.
photos. Like not picked up like arrested, but like
Yeah.
is in the system
Yeah.
just from their driver's license.
Oh,
photos.
gee, they got me.
Immigrations and customs.
They
Oh,
got
yeah.
me though. That's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
Totally. Immigrations and Customs has some of the widest ranging powers of surveillance
Yeah.
of any government agency outside of China.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought.
Wow.
Okay, I thought it was.
And I
I
am
thought they
including
could-
Russia in that. Yes.
I thought they could not use it, like in
Oh, yeah,
government
totally.
spaces, right? Unless
There's
they have the
there are
permission of the
some
public.
restrictions. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, until
they still do it.
but there's
until they're
also
not.
some until they're not. Right.
Until they're not. Like,
Did you see how angry people got on Instagram that Texas outlawed the AR face filters? They don't care. Have you seen this?
Oh,
Wait,
I
come
didn't.
So Texas and the face, you know the ladies.
Oh, I
you know,
did see something about that.
where
this
the AR
catfishing
face
and shit?
filters.
I'm good with that.
Texas and Illinois, I think.
in some cases, please.
Yeah. But some of the fun ones too, like anything that uses your face and alters your face in any way
Oh,
for,
like the
for
ones that put
Instagram.
the puppy dog ears on.
They took them
Aw,
off
man.
of Instagram, and people were, it's so funny. People were so up in arms about that, but they didn't care about the privacy laws around it. Like, I
Right.
think it's interesting. Like, it's more of a
Right.
cosmetic kind of fun thing, and people are
Right.
really upset about that, but they're not necessarily as upset about how people are using the
Your-
data and your face.
Yeah.
I remember right around when COVID first started, there was an app that would like.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There was an app that would like show you what you would look like when you were older.
Yeah,
and,
right.
and everyone I knew did
Everybody
it.
freaked
Oh, yeah.
Everyone I knew
Oh,
did it, and I
yeah.
was like, now some platform has
Platform.
Everybody.
all of
said
our
that.
faces
Yeah.
in it, and but
Were
no
you
one
guilty,
cared.
or were you just like watching
Absolutely
people do
not. No, I don't want to. No, I pay for Botox. I don't want to see what my face looks like. No. I do not go. I do not get Botox so that I
I
can
am
see
at the
myself
age
with
that
wrinkles
I no longer
afterwards.
need
Yeah.
I'll give my face up on other things.
Yeah. I'll turn into a puppy dog before I want to see what my face looks like with wrinkles. What am I
Right.
supposed to do with that? Like, nothing about that was fun to me. But
I'm at
thought
the
it
age
was
I no
cool.
longer need the app to know. what my
yeah,
face
I'm
looks
already
like.
getting old. I don't need this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
So in other news, this is one of those you had to see this coming, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's almost too funny. Hackers can now hack your online accounts before you ever register
What?
What?
for
The
them.
Well,
So
I mean, if they already have the information, basically they can register for you.
that's effectively that's what happens. If they
Cool.
they set up a partial account. So this has happened to me before. I have run into this. Of course, it might have been me that did it, but
Yeah.
probably was me that did it. But like if they have your email address, which is super easy to
Yeah.
find, get the email address. You start the registration process, which involves putting in the email address and some other information. You do that, and when it kicks back out, so the hacker now isn't able to finish that because they send the verification email, right?
Right.
Everybody knows, everybody's done this. Well, you get that email and you either think, I don't remember registering for that,
Right.
and go ahead and finish, in which case the hacker's like, yeah.
Thank you.
Or you don't, and then the hacker has to wait or do some other, phishing or whatever
Yeah,
to
do
get
the
you
other
to
1,000
go ahead
emails.
and send you
No
some
big deal.
spam to get you to finish the setup. They got you.
Crazy.
Now they got you.
Phishing, what a word. I just thought about that. They're getting you to take the bait.
Yep.
Gotcha. I'm sorry. Never put those two. I was always like, fishing with a PH. Slow clap. Need that. Like, I don't. My bad. I don't.
All right.
I'm just saying.
So,
You just had what they call an aha moment. You saw the gears like
Yeah,
fishing,
I should have had like
fish,
lights
bait.
glowing all
Yeah.
around my a light bulb. Bing. No, that's dope. I didn't know that.
Yes.
Great word.
Yes.
yeah, it was somebody really thought that out.
Yeah, that was a
did.
great word. Got
It
you
did.
hooked. Got you hooked. I never
So
thought.
a lot of times
Hooked.
we you throw out some of this scary stuff like this, and you're like, okay, but who actually uses that site? It's like bazinga.com or something. It's
Yeah.
the only
Oh.
place that this hack works, right?
Mm.
Not this time. So a partial list of the vulnerable sites includes Dropbox.
Oh,
That could be pretty serious.
That's
Yeah.
good. Yep.
Instagram,
Whoa.
yikes!
LinkedIn,
Oh no.
I don't log out of any of those, so I think I'm
And
safe.
any of the WordPress sites, which is like basically everything else, except for maybe Facebook. So the good
boy.
news is if you already got your Instagram account, you're good.
Gotcha. But if you're
But
getting
if you're
one,
creating a new one, yeah,
watch out.
watch out. Yeah.
And hey, like we always say, don't ever
Ever.
Never
Click the
link.
link.
Don't click the link. Leave the link
Don't know the
alone.
link.
Although
Don't
at
hit
this
that.
point, like if you're even open the email, sometimes you can be in trouble. But
That's crazy. Like I can't believe. Well, I mean, people are already doing this, and I'm thinking about like Social Security, not Social Security, but like people like hacking people's accounts, like finding out that you have what's the name of the benefits? Where people like get money from the state. What's it called?
Social Security?
Medicaid? Social Security?
No, unemployment.
Unemployment.
Okay.
They do that for unemployment, bro. Like I had somebody
totally.
file something in Puerto Rico in my name. Yeah,
What?
yeah. So I was like,
Totally.
You got benefits?
I was like, why am I getting? I don't have
Well, someone applied using your name,
yeah,
and then they were going to get what? That sent to
like
their
benefits
home?
from
Okay.
Puerto Rico
benefits from Puerto Rico.
in my name.
In your name.
In my name.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I
Like,
was
I
like,
don't
how
even
the
speak
hell?
Spanish.
How this happened? You know what I'm saying? So obviously, I didn't sign off on that.
And the thing is, so many of the government agencies are so split, like they're so siloed that can happen, and you'll never know it
Right.
unless you go do some digging for whatever reason.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can even have unemployment is one of they've gotten a little bit better, but has been one of the worst offenders for this, where the scammer can get unemployment not only from your name, but get it from your name in multiple different states.
Yep.
Ah.
And that happened to me twice because it happened in
You better update
California.
your passwords.
I think it was the same person. And then like Bank of America account was in my name. I was like, hold up.
Damn, boy.
Yeah. So
Just
somewhere
tell them, first of all, let's do a balance check on that.
somewhere along the line, I clicked the link,
Right.
bro. I clicked the wrong link.
Oh, there's
at some
there's
point.
10K in that account. Okay, how do I
guessing, bro.
regain
I
access?
need to get that.
Yeah,
You don't
exactly.
mind.
It's like how much was
So
what's
10
going on? I got a
12?
I got an account in Kentucky.
Yeah.
What was that look like? Oh no, that's not mine. That's not mine.
Right, it's in the
That's
negative.
Not mine.
No.
That's not mine. That wasn't me.
It's fraudulent.
Don't put a
Man.
camera on them people, man.
That one somebody open in Dallas. No, man, that wasn't me either.
No, that ain't mine, dog. I ain't never.
No,
No,
that
not them
wasn't me.
charges. Not them charges.
Damn.
No, man. No, that's great. That's good stuff, man. So
That credit card that I just ran up. I mean, that it just ran. No,
Yeah.
that lost. Somebody stole it.
Yeah.
hey, man, crypto, y'all need to go on and kick your ass back in gear real quick. But that's how we're gonna end today's show.
Yeah.
So no, thank you very much for joining us. You have a good
Thanks
time.
it was the best.
Did we miss anything that you wanted to talk about?
No. I got all my grievances out about F1.
Yeah. Lewis
Got
Hamilton,
some corporate lingo out.
Team Hamilton.
did,
Let's
yeah.
go.
I am excited. Yeah, I'm excited for Hamilton.
nVenue.
And nVenue.
Yeah,
nVenue.
You asked where you
Really
could find us.
interesting.
I mean, if people want to learn about the company, they can go to nvenue.com. We just redid the website. New brand, new look.
Nice.
But yeah, if you
Nice.
want to see the numbers in play, Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV.
Yep, check it out.
That's
Check it
what's
out. I'll
up.
be checking it out.
Are y'all taking investors?
Yeah, we're actually about to. We just closed a seed round of $3.5 million. We're about to launch a Series A in the next couple of months. So that'll
nice.
be a big round. So
That's
yeah.
a good
That's
time.
awesome.
Good time to get in.
Yeah.
Good time. Now's the time.
sure.
Y'all got the word here. Y'all got the word here. Thank you once again, Miss Christiana Yebra.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome
Thank
guest
you.
on our show. We had a lot of fun with you today.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week, next Wednesday, sometime around noon. Who knows what time, but we will be here. Thank y'all for joining us. Peace.